Are we, are we live? This is one viewer. Maybe we are live. Maybe YouTube fixed being dumb. Looks like I am live and there wasn't a billion problems tonight. Well, that's good. Let me make sure the audio sounds good. Looks like I am live. Okay, that's good. Good. That's good. Let's mute this. Cool. How do I? Not even gonna worry about it. Got my chat rate, concurrent viewers, playback, average watch time. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm also not gonna try and click it off the screen because I'm afraid something horrible is gonna happen. So, what is up, guys? It's El Supersonic Q here for a kind of unexpected stream. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but then I thought, you want to know what? It's been a while since a stream, so why not? And I'm kind of glad I did because it looks like there's a lot of people here, which is good. So you guys are, I guess, into this. And I had no technical difficulties tonight, which is really surprising because usually I do. So let's read off some chat people. We got the time to mess up names already. The Persinator, got Parkerator, 2FA Charlie, Jack Sumnik, Fluff129, Supersonic Fan 995 Wolf, EMP Everything Mario Pro, Charlie Letcher, Zoe Ann, Ham Patchy, and a bunch of other people. But thank you all for stopping by. It's just going to be a chill stream like usual. These streams are usually chill. At least I think they are. Q&A. And as you guys know by now, they don't really have a structure. It's kind of just whatever you guys want to talk about. Let me know. Gorgeous beard, thanks. I've been meaning to You look good with a beard. Yeah, I've been meaning to shave, but I haven't because quarantine, nowhere to go, so who cares? It's not like I really use my face for my videos or anything. I used to do a lot of videos with my face back way before Lost Media, but a lot of those are now unwatchable because I deleted all of them years ago. Sunny D said, good content, bro. Thank you. Do a video on FHFIF plushes. Don't know what that is. You guys can hear me though. That's good. But what do I think of Bejeweled? Oh, the camera quality. That's actually sort of become like a staple of this stream, is the poor camera quality. So the thing is, originally I didn't like the camera quality wasn't supposed to be bad, but this room has such bad lighting, and I'm just using my computer's built-in camera, which sucks. So it's like grainy and stuff, and I've been meaning to like upgrade it or figure out a better way to like, utilize it, but I feel like these streams, so much of them, you're watching more for like my audio and like my narration, I guess. And a lot of people actually tell me, oh, your streams are really nice just to like have in the background while I'm doing something else, which I like that. That's like a compliment to me. Like I remember back in the day, I used to have videos, of old YouTubers I used to watch. I used to just have their stuff in the background while I was doing other stuff. So that's kind of a compliment to me. So in that regard, though, I've never felt the need to update my camera because like I feel like most people are not really like watching for me. But so it kind of turned into this cool like early 2000s aesthetic. Like people always say like, why are you using an early 2000s like camera? But I think it's kind of funny. But 83 viewers, not bad. 2FA Charlie said, hey man, how are you? Well, I am that's pretty much it. I am Welp. It's been weird. Like we're still kind of in quarantine. And that's another reason why I wanted to stream, is because I have had very little human interaction recently, and I thought, man, wouldn't it be great to talk to some, well, you guys are real people, but I know we're not talking like in real life, like in person. But I thought, wouldn't it be nice to talk to human beings instead of, like to computer characters in Animal Crossing or to myself. So, I don't know. It's been weird. Like we're still kind of in like quarantine, but not really. Man, it's so weird. It's just so weird with everything. I feel like the last time I streamed, I talked a lot about quarantine and stuff. And it's weird because like we're not really in a quarantine anymore, at least where I am. but at the same time, like cases are on the rise and everything. So like we should be in a quarantine, but at the same time, because of where I am, um, like it's not like, there's not like it's not like a major emergency, so people are kind of out and about, and it's kind of safe to be doing that. But at the same time, I think, like, well, why am I gonna go out and like, like go to the mall or do some stupid thing and like risk getting it when I don't really have any reason to be out anyway, because most of what I do is just YouTube stuff anyway. And man, the phone's ringing. I'm so glad the phone is ringing. Who out here remembers that from the old days of the stream? The phone used to always ring during the live streams. Hold on, I gotta see who it is now. I don't think it was anyone. Okay, but yeah. So it's weird because like we're not really in a quarantine, but we should be, and I don't really have anywhere that I have to go out or anything, and I am really really thankful actually that um I don't have any like school responsibilities or job responsibilities right now. It kind of ended up working out like that, just with the way things are. I'm not gonna get off on a whole like career path rant. I've done that in the past, but pretty much I'm just glad that like I've already graduated. I've already, whatever, and YouTube is like my primary focus now, so I don't have to like go out and do anything. Which is fortunate that I don't have to do that, but I know a lot of people still have to, and at the same time, because I don't have to go out, I get very very little like human interaction, and that actually does kind of I'm gonna dim the screen all the way so I can save on battery, but that does kind of bother me a little bit because it's like, I don't know, it's just so weird. Like, I mean, not that I got a lot of human interaction before the virus and stuff, but I always thought like, well, I could like go to the park and like try to talk to a girl or something, or like just go to the mall and like try to talk to like someone in like a store, and like GameStop. Sometimes the people in GameStop, would go off on a game discussion. That would be cool. Or sometimes, like if I was on, well, I am still on Tinder, but like, you know, what when I was using Tinder a lot, I'd think, oh, maybe I'll get a date. But now you really can't do any of that. Like the people on Tinder already weren't like very serious about dating, at least the people I was matching with. But now it's like even worse because like no one really wants to go and date. It's very hard to do that with the way things are. And I don't really go to GameStop anymore because I just buy all my stuff online now. And if I do go to the park or something, to try and talk to people, you can't really do it. You can be around people kind of, but you can't really like, talk to them. I mean, and I don't even mean just like trying to talk to girls. I just mean like in general, um, like I was at the park maybe a few days ago, and there was this person, and they were just painting like a still life or whatever. And the painting was really cool, and I wanted to go up and be like, oh, that's a nice painting. What materials are you using and stuff. But like I thought, like they're doing their own thing in their own little bubble, and like they're wearing a mask, and I'm wearing a mask, and it's like I don't know. It would just be really like weird to like just go out of my way to like do that kind of thing. So I don't know. Things have been really weird, like really really weird. Um, so I guess that's hey, we got 100 viewers, nice. So I guess that's what's been going on with me pretty much, and like the video stuff, of course, like always doing video stuff, which is another whole like endeavor in itself because I try to balance like doing video. Okay, because like I didn't know this was gonna be a rant about what I've been up to, but maybe this is a good way to start the stream, and I'll go to the comments after or whatever. But the thing with the videos, right? Okay, so it's like I try to balance doing videos with other things because if you do any one thing for too long, you're gonna get burnt out on it, like whatever it is. Um, so I try to not like do videos all the time, right? I try to do other things, but as I sort of just said, it's very hard to do other things because because of the virus, and like I don't really want to go out places, and if I do go out, I don't, nothing's really urgent. I don't really have to go out for any urgent reason. I can just buy games online or whatever the case is, and it's not like I have any friends to hang out with for the most part or anything like that because a lot of them aren't even living around here anymore, or they're going back to school. So it's like I tried not to like just do videos because I don't want to have another video burnout. Like if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, like, and I mean like the past like 3 or 4 years, I've had a couple of video burnouts where I just work on videos all the time, and that is not a good work cycle. Because think about it this way, okay? For you guys who might have like retail jobs or more traditional jobs, I guess, when you're bored, right? Do you think, man, I want to go back and work at the store, put in some extra hours? Like, no, you don't think that, because when you're bored, you don't want to like go work. You want to do something like fun or recreational. But the thing with me is when I'm bored, like, videos are the first thing I think of, because like, well, my computer's right here and I can like, work on a video. But to me, making videos is work. It's like I have to like sit down and research something or type something, and that's like a lot, like in the context of what I create on YouTube. And I don't want to do that all the time. I want to do other stuff all the time, or some of the time. But it's hard to do that because you can't really go outside. So it's like this weird like cycle of just like it's like a triangle. It's like, this to that, but that to this, and it just keeps going around and around. Um, I've actually been playing a little more Switch than usual, actually, which is kind of surprising. I guess we're kind of segueing into other things now, but I've been playing a lot more Switch than usual. I'm still playing a lot of Animal Crossing. I'm sure some of you guys have asked me about Animal Crossing in the comments and stuff, and I haven't scrolled through the comments yet, but I'm playing a lot of Animal Crossing. It was kind of nice because I hadn't completely finished. Like, I know a lot of people at this point have probably like finished the game. They paid off all their debts. They've finished the town to their liking. But for me, there was a time maybe a couple months ago where I sort of slowed down playing it, and I never quite finished paying off my debt. I never quite finished um, furnishing my town to the way that I wanted it to be. So lately, I've actually been playing a lot of Animal Crossing and making those landscaping changes to the rest of my town. My town's kind of cool. It's not really a traditional town in the sense of like, oh, here's a big, wonderful building. It's very interesting because of the map that I chose at the beginning of the game. So I've been working on specific areas of the town to make them sort of work better for the entire layout. And I've been finishing off the last debt. I think I have like 1,000,000 bells of the 2.5 million I need, which is pretty good, I think. There was I went through the debt pretty quickly because back when, a few months ago, when tarantulas were like active in season, I used to go tarantula hunting, which is sort of like, I don't know, I guess it's kind of like an exploit. I don't know if they got rid of it by now, but if you go to any island, now I know there's a specific island in the game that only spawns tarantulas and scorpions, but what I was doing is I would go to any island. I would just fly to any island and cut down all the trees, take out all the flowers, all the weeds, everything. So it'd be a flat land. And then I would just run around the island for like an hour or so. And the only bugs that would spawn would be tarantulas. So I would catch a bunch of tarantulas, bring them back to town, and then sell them for a lot of money. And that's actually how I got through most of the debt. But now that because tarantulas are easier to catch than scorpions, I think. And now that tarantulas aren't in season and it's only scorpions, I've sort of felt less of a need to go to the island and do that stuff. And also, it kind of got boring after a while. Like, it is so tedious cutting down all the trees and doing all that stuff, like just to make a flat land so you can actually do the scorpion hunting. But there are some islands that have better layouts and stuff than other ones. So I might fly to an island, spend like a half an hour cutting down all the trees and everything, and only get like 1 or 2 scorpions to spawn every like 10 minutes, because there's too many water structures in it and it's spawning water bugs and stuff. So I'm sure there are complete guides on it at this point, but that was just sort of what I was doing. But anyway, I'm still having fun with the game, and I've played it every single day since it came out, even if it was only for a few minutes. So I'm going to keep playing that for as long as I can, because I am that dedicated to Animal Crossing. And I wish I had thought about this when the game first came out. If any of you guys go on my channel, to my like oldest videos, some of my oldest videos. Well, they're not, maybe they're not my oldest. They're like from 2012, I think. And I think there's another one from 2015 or 2014. It was called Animal Crossing in a Year, and I took a picture every day that I played of the GameCube one and of New Leaf, and I put them together in like a time-lapse compilation. I should have done that for this game on the day that it came out, but I didn't even think of it because I just wasn't thinking of it. But maybe if I ever remember, I'll pick a day and start doing it because that'd be fun. Although I'm sure at this point the idea probably isn't as original as when I first did it back in 2012 with the GameCube one. I'm sure like everyone's thought of it by now. But yo, we got a donation. Let me can I like just click it to see? I have to scroll all the way down. Did my computer freeze? No. Okay. Henry Shepard said meow. Oh, like the Sonic meme? Meow? There you go. Well, thank you for that. Let me add you to the list. Okay, why is it being dumb now? Now I can't like go read the comments because oh, there we go. Okay. Let me add you to the list. The cool dude list. And we will get I am feeling like some Tinder stories tonight. Last time we streamed, I didn't want to do Tinder stories, but tonight I'm really feeling it. So thank you for that. Cool. And as I've said before, all like the revenue gets reinvested into the channel. I actually bought an item. Maybe I said this last time or not. I bought an item that I was going to do a video on. Wait, let me rephrase that. The last time I streamed, I may have mentioned this, and it happened. I bought an item that I was going to do a video on. I haven't done the video yet, but I had to buy that item. So the chats, the super chats get reinvested into the channel. And I was also going to do a big secret video. I almost slipped on the name of it. I was going to do a big video with Jax Cheese, who does the music for my channel. I was going to do a video with him once, well, a few months ago. And I bought a lot of equipment for that with like super chat money and stuff. We had drafted a couple scripts, but we weren't sure where we were really going to take it with what direction we wanted to go in. But that's still something that we want to do, and we still have our original ideas and scripts for it. So hopefully someday that video will come out. But so back to the Switch games though. Yeah, so Animal Crossing. Another thing though that I've been playing a lot of, well, not a lot of, but I guess I actually downloaded Pokken Tournament recently because I subscribed to the online Switch membership dumb thing, and they had a free game trial for Pokken Tournament. And I thought, I've always been interested in the game, but I've never wanted to buy it, because I don't really know how it plays. So I actually downloaded it and gave it a try, which was kind of refreshing. I haven't really played like a totally new game in a long time. Probably Animal Crossing was probably the latest new game that I bought. So it was kind of refreshing playing like a totally different game, and it doesn't play anything like Smash. So it was pretty cool. I just think like it was kind of fun playing against the AIs, because you could beat them easily. But then I tried going online with it, and I got destroyed online. I think out of like maybe like I didn't even do ranked matches. I just did unranked, which is like casual kind of. And I maybe played like 8 matches. I think I won once out of those 8. And like I know I just picked the game up for the first time like only a few days ago. But I thought I did all the training mode stuff, and I thought I understood the mechanics pretty well. But I just either I need more practice or I'm just bad at like arcade fighters. But I actually didn't download the rest of the game before my trial expired. I maybe would have if I was better at the online, but I just can't really justify like spending like however much the game is, like $50, just to play against CPUs and like that's it. I don't know. I mean, same thing with Smash to some extent. I feel like if I had not played Melee back in the day and become a Smash fan, I feel like I also wouldn't want to spend like $60 on a game that just to play against AIs, and then I'd go online and just get destroyed. I mean, I haven't played Smash in a long time anyway, so I'm very, very like rusty. But there was a time where I was really, really good at Smash. Like a couple years ago, we were going to tournaments and stuff, and I was like really, really good. But that's something else that I'm actually really bummed about is the tournaments we used to go to. I used to go to some local tournaments, and we would go to some bigger ones in the cities and stuff. But that just sort of stopped happening like a couple of years ago. Like, not even like virus aside, like, I mean, I know the whole Smash scene got all really weird with the virus stuff, because like what can you really do about that? But I used to go to a lot of tournaments, and we used to practice a lot, like online. My friends and we used to play a lot online, and every time we would hang out, we would always play a couple hours of Smash. But all that kind of just stopped, and like I just haven't really played. I don't even really. I mean, I still care about Smash. I still like it. But like I don't even have Banjo. I don't have Terry. I don't have any of the DLC characters that have released since Hero. I think I bought Hero, and then after that I just like didn't even care anymore. Um but yeah. Maybe I'll turn to the comments now, see what you guys are talking about. So I missed 50, and I actually counted. I missed 50 billion comments. So I'm kind of just gonna um just pick some stuff out here. Logan the Hedgie said, "Did you know Chuck E. Cheese's used to be called Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater?" Yes, I did, because that had to do with the Showbiz Pizza buyout and stuff like that. Someone asked me last time if I was ever going to do a video on Showbiz Pizza, and I had been wanting to, but I could never figure out how to do it properly. Lucas Belia said, "I farmed thousands of Nook Miles tickets for my cash. At a point, they sold for 100K each. Quickly paid off my debt, and I have about 50 million bells." At a point, they sold for 100K. How? Wait, do the Nook Miles tickets change in price? Wait, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Farmed out Nook Miles tickets for my cash. Yeah, like you can buy the tickets. You can get Nook Miles and then buy the bell tickets with them. I didn't know they could change in value. I mean, I I could probably do that too. 50 million though, like I guess at that point, like you have enough money for everything. Mimi the Mimi Flygon said, "Living in a country where not much stuff comes suck. I can't help with lost media if it's not from Turkey." Oh, yeah, I guess that's also something I don't really realize a lot. Like you always hear about like, Japan and the US and Europe when it comes to games, but like I forget like the rest of the world, especially like Australia, is really isolated from all that stuff. Do I like Ice Age? Angel Barbosa said. I think as a kid I used to like Ice Age. There were like good movies as a kid, but like then they just made 50 million sequels, and I think they're maybe a little like childish for me now. Like I don't know, like I mean like some movies I watched as a kid like still hold up, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm an adult now, I don't like kid stuff. I like watching like preschool kids shows. Like there's something interesting, like freaking Mr. Rogers. Like no, like there's something like I knew that like every stream like shit falls behind. Whoops, I swore. Like every stream stuff falls behind me. Hey, look, a Majora's Mask box. I should have just moved this to begin with. But yeah, like I like watching like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood sometimes. I think that more so comes from the fact that like it's lost media. Like he has a connection to lost media, which is why I find it interesting. And all the kids shows that I'm interested in, like Sesame Street, I think that comes from the fact that that they have a connection to lost media. But I guess my point though is like things like that. Like I don't mind like like Mr. Rogers or Sesame Street, honestly. But I feel like something like Ice Age, I just feel like it's almost like just so childish and like dumb. There's like like it's just like mush. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean I know there are a lot of like kids shows that are mush too, but like I don't know, something about Ice Age just I don't know, man. What are the what ate the plushies in the background? Mike the Ice Warrior said. I think you mean what are the plushes? There's a bunch of them there. I'll just shoot through some of them. There's the Banjo Nuts and Bolts plush, the FM Towns Marty Mr. T Crocodile, an Ampharos cutie, Takara King DDD with the tag, a little Sir Kibble, and some Virtua Fighter ones. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I still collect and stuff too. But I haven't really like done a collection update or anything in a while. But I've been meaning to do that. But I gotta like get back a little bit. That's why everything fell, is because I was like leaning back in a dumb way. No, I was gonna read a comment and the whole thing, the whole comment thing like messed up. Please do a video on Sonic Chew. No. Oh, it's a user-based value. Some people would buy. Oh, no. Oh, okay, okay. I thought it was like an in-game thing. Well, there you go. Cause yeah, I could buy a bunch of Bell vouchers, I guess. I wasn't even thinking about that. Dude, I was gonna read a, I was gonna read a comment. And it's just I don't even know where it went now. The freaking YouTube chat. I mean, I can't find it. I have no idea what it even said. Dang. Well, anyway, there were some people were saying, are we gonna get a tour of the merchandise? Maybe someday I will. I'll do like a collection update, but I don't know if anyone like I don't know how well like how well that would do. Oh, Ed Mario, what's up? So what are we chatting about? Pretty much the usual stuff. But I'm glad you could stop by. Glad to see you in the chat. Ivy Poison said, I'm not even interested in JoJo, but I'm hoping that Phantom Blood is found. Oh man, don't even get me started on JoJo. Like, I could talk about JoJo for a long time. Yeah, Phantom Blood, as far as I know, Phantom Blood is still nowhere closer to being found than it was when I made the video. I think we found some new scans and like concept art, but like nothing about any leads for finding the actual film. I think that's gonna be one of those things that just sort of shows up like completely unannounced, like someday, like like someone's gonna email someone else like anonymously and the file is just gonna be there. Like I think that's how it's gonna get found. Like I don't think there's gonna be this like this, anything besides that. Smith Zero, what's up? Glad to see you stop by. Any juicy info I've missed out on? Just me ranting about stuff. I don't. Other than that, I don't think so. But glad you could stop by. Bloxed says, "Did you know that for a long time, Bear in the Big Blue House was considered lost media for a long time, but now only one episode is lost?" I remember hearing about some Bear in the Big Blue House lost media a while ago. I think the pilot was what I was familiar with, what was lost, but that's good that people found it though. That also reminds me of Breakfast with Bear. Does anyone out there remember Breakfast with Bear? That was like a Playhouse Disney uh like like um like mini series that was aired in between commercials and stuff, I think. Um and that was lost for a time. There was a whole series of them. I don't think I remember seeing them back in the day, but I remember people were looking for them. So that was something that was lost. I remember. CGG. Hey, what's up? Well, what's up to you? Um, so this has been bothering me the whole stream. Hold up. It looks like someone named Tinder Story Gold donated $40. So I'm just gonna change it. Okay. That was just like bothering me the whole. I was just like looking at it like Tinder Story Gold donated $40. Just it looked really weird. How do I feel about the urban legends surrounding Mister Rogers' neighborhood? I have heard a ton of those. I don't really believe any of them. I don't really believe any urban legends. In my time searching for lost media and all kinds of stuff like that, most urban legends turn out to be fake or just completely made up, so I don't believe it. Sebastian Lozano Films said, "Have you ever heard of a film in the works for 30 years called The Thief and the Cobbler?" I have heard of that film. I can't quite remember the specifics about it, but I remember it was being worked on. I think the creator died, and then it was remade by another studio, but they cut a lot of original stuff out, which made people mad. And I think it was like, by the time it even came out, or whatever version of it came out, like it was seen as like a ripoff of Aladdin, I think. Something like that. I'm kind of familiar with it, but like not super familiar with it. Jim the Sun 76 said sup. Sup to you. Kyle Hinton said, "This channel is awesome. I discovered it a couple months ago and watched every single episode on your channel in like a 3 or 4 day span. Awesome content. Keep bringing more and more." Well, thank you for that. You got it. Yeah. Um, which kind of reminds me, I actually forgot to mention that I hit 90,000 subs, which I feel like I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, 90,000 subs, and like I have so many ideas for videos. Like so many ideas for videos. It's just like I said earlier though, sometimes it's really hard to um coordinate all those and figure out which ones I want to prioritize, and like stuff like that, figuring out which ones would be better suited for like other projects, which ones I kind of like. It's all a very very like interesting process, like my video creation process. But I do have a lot more stuff coming. Believe me, that's cool. What man, watch all my videos in 3 or 4 days. I mean that's something. And I have a new video coming out tomorrow. It would have been out tonight if I didn't decide to stream, but I decided to stream, so it'll give you guys something to look forward to tomorrow. It's another micro mystery, which that in itself, actually, the micro mysteries actually came from my overabundance of video ideas, because I don't know if I've ever explained exactly what the micro mysteries are, but when I say micro mysteries, I'm also like I was always like worried. Okay, here's a little history, I guess, a little history of my video stuff. So years ago, I was going to do a video series called like The Mini Mystery of, and it was going to cover like smaller topics, but I was always afraid to do it because I was afraid that people would think, because at that time, like the main Mystery of series was still going, so you'd have the Mystery of and the Mini Mystery of, and I was afraid that people would think that the Mini Mystery of was just like a watered down cheap version of the main series, so no one would watch it, right? But then, so it never happened at that time. But here we are all these years later, and the main Mystery of series, as much as I hate to say it, this might segue into our current state of lost media discussion that I wanted to have. But the main Mystery of series, as much as I hate to say it, it's just not what it used to be, right? So when I was doing like main lost media videos anyway, like I wasn't even calling them the Mystery of it anymore. Like I would consider the Slamfest 99 video, the live Smash Bros thing, that's like a traditional Mystery of video. But I didn't call it that because that series is not doing very well anymore. So now that the Mystery of is sort of like, not being used, I thought, well, now I can bring back the mini mystery title, because it's not going to be competing with the main ones because those don't use the main Mystery of title anymore. But I didn't want to call them mini mysteries because that also kind of like downplays what it is, I feel like, just the word mini. So I thought micro sounds better than mini. It still kind of means small, but micro is sort of, it doesn't just mean it's a smaller mystery like, it's less important, but it sort of means like, here's everything all condensed into like one thing. I feel like sometimes with the main Mystery of videos, sometimes the searches would like span out over like a couple different videos, or they would be more like confusing with everything that happens. But the micro altogether, it's sort of like a compact, like here is everything about this. Yeah, like food for thought. Well, not really a food for thought thing, but like, you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of where the idea came from for that in itself. And the topics in the micro mysteries directly came from the fact that I have so many topics, and even years ago, dude, that Sonic the Hedgehog Silver LCD game video, that was on a video list of mine from 2016. I just never got to it because I never really could figure out how to make it into like a full video, like a full big video that people would want to watch, right? But it's perfect for the micro mysteries because it fits the branding of it, right? It fits like the style and everything. So that's sort of where this series came from, is all these smaller topics that I couldn't make into the mystery of videos back then. Now they work well as micro mystery videos, all in one thing. And I guess it is kind of no surprise though that the topics are of a like they're not as popular as like the things I would cover in the main mystery of videos. Like, I know I've only done a few so far of the micro ones. Whoa. Gotta check the super chat. Gotta do it. And then I'll get back to my thing. I just don't want to miss the chats because I really appreciate the donations. I'll just click the name. I think I can. K1 YouTube, what's up? Been a while since I caught a stream. Hope you were having a good day. Well, thank you for that, K1 YouTube. My day's been going pretty good, but with the virus and everything, I can only do so much. So let me add you to the list. I think we're gonna get to these Tinder stories, you guys. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And once again, this gets reinvested back into the channel, so cool. So what I was saying was, the micro mysteries, I've only done a couple so far, but they have covered smaller topics. Like I said, the Sonic thing. I mean, maybe that was the end of my thought. Yeah. But I really enjoy making them, and it's allowing me to cover more content than I could before, because there were just so many topics that I just didn't feel like could fit into a bigger video. So tomorrow's video is actually, I'll give you guys a little like teaser. It's actually a anime topic. But again, though, even though they're micro mysteries, that's not to say that the topics themselves are like, not as important as like the main mystery of videos. Like I still feel like the topics I pick for a reason, and I feel like it's something like the Sonic thing, the Sonic LCD game. Like we have been wondering about that game forever, and like boom, it was found like after my video, and that's great. Like that is like really good, So hopefully, as I release more of these, more mysteries in this kind of way, more lost media can sort of get uncovered, which I'm really happy I was able to get to these topics that I just could never figure out how to fit into a main mystery of video. And that does sort of bring me to the state of lost media as a whole, which is something I've been thinking about more and more lately. I guess like I want to say like, how do you guys feel about the current state of lost media? Because to me, I feel like, and I've sort of felt this way for a while, and I'm not really like, I'm going to try and like word this so like I'm not trying to like pout about my view counts or pout about, like this or that. But I think generally speaking, especially with just what I'm seeing in the lost media community as a whole, I think the interest in lost media, and maybe this is not a surprise to some people, but I think the interest in lost media is like taking a nosedive. I don't think people are interested in lost media anymore. And I say that for a couple different reasons. For one is because I guess three reasons. One is again, I'm not trying to complain about my view counts, but the first reason is directly me. The views on my lost media videos are like significantly lower than they used to be. And I just believe that the reason for that is because there is less interest in lost media. But the second reason for that is because there are less clone channels and less channels in general covering lost media than there used to be. And I think that was a big reason why it got popular. Was because back during the A Day with SpongeBob conclusion arc, that was like 2016, I think, like spring of 2016, there were so many new lost media channels popping up, so many clone channels popping up, and so many bandwagon channels that were jumping onto the lost media. And I remember I used to complain about this before, right? Because I was saying, like back, when I've thought about this before, I was thinking like all these bandwagon channels and clone channels, you know, they're like ruining the scene because they're just like making videos on the same kinds of topics. They're not adding anything new to the table, or they're making clickbait videos that give people the wrong impression about Lost Media. But looking back, you know, these years later, I'm actually thinking that that really, really helped the scene grow, for better or worse, because people were interested in the genre of Lost Media. But now you don't see any of those clone channels anymore. You don't see any Lost Media channels. You don't see any bandwagon people making Lost Media. You don't really like see it. And I think that's the second reason that's hurting the scene. And the third reason, I think, is, and this might be like the larger reason, the bigger picture. I think the interest in Lost Media, right, gradually shifted to internet mysteries. I think that's what happened, and I think that's why the scene, at least to me, seems very dry and like empty now. Like there's not a lot going on, and there hasn't been a big search since A Day with SpongeBob, and that was 2016. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood was kind of a big search for a while, but that was actually taking off. That was happening off of the Lost Media Wiki, so a lot of people don't count that as a big search. But it's been a while since A Day with SpongeBob, or a Crybaby Lane, or a Cracks, or a Clockman. We haven't seen that in a long time. And again, I think the reason for that is because interest shifted to internet mysteries. Now, that happened for a few different reasons, I think. But my opinion of it is, for the bigger reason was because there was this constant like Lost Media is scary like thing that people always perpetuated. Again, for better or worse. I do like my spooky 2 a.m. blame it on Jorge Lost Media video. I do like that. But I think there were some people who really, really pushed it too far, and Lost Media like had this scary like thing to it, right? And now that like there hasn't really been any big searches, and A Day with SpongeBob, for what it was worth, was really spooky with its search. Regal Films and all that stuff was spooky, right? I mean, anyone who was there for that remembers all that. People were breaking into old office buildings, and they were abandoned and stuff like that. So that had its own spooky stuff going on. So, oh, did we get $40? Oh, did someone donate $1 and I missed it? Oh, I'm sorry. I had my screen off because I wanted to save the battery, so I dimmed the screen all the way. I forgot that like the more money you donate, the longer it stays on screen. Oh man, well, if someone like tells me who it was, I'll add them to the list. But we did hit 40, so we will get our Tinder stories in. That will happen. So thank you everyone for that. But what I was saying was, I think the thing with the spooky Lost Media is A Day with SpongeBob was really spooky and scary, right? And from there, the interest in Lost Media grew. But since it's been so long since a big search, the interest of that spookiness, right, that the Lost Media carried with it, for better or worse, has moved on to internet mysteries. And you see more, and I've seen more and more internet mystery channels popping up, which I think directly stemmed from the Lost Media. And I think that's where we are as the Lost Media scene right now, is the interest was there when things like A Day with SpongeBob were happening because they were scary. And now that interest has moved on from, oh, this cartoon pilot was, is lost. That's interesting. It's moved on to like a specific internet mystery. I think that's what's been going on lately. So yeah, I hope we can find another new Lost Media, like big Lost Media search, because I'd really like to sort of like get involved in another big search. And like, no shade to the internet mysteries. I've seen a few videos on internet mysteries before, and they can be really interesting. Like, I think they are interesting. One of my favorites was the 1-800-GOLF phone number. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. But this is what I'm saying though, is like, I think people are more interested in that than they are Lost Media. And like, when you think of like lost cartoon pilots and lost things like that. And And I'm not sure if that's entirely just for the spooky. I'm sure a lot of it is because of the spooky nature of the internet mysteries, but also I feel like part of it is because they're more, I want to say, like, relatable to people. Like, if you said to someone, okay, someone who had no idea about lost media, if you asked them, would you be more interested in a phone number called 1-800-GOLF, or it was 1-800-GOLF-TIPS, I think, or Golf Tip. If you said to someone who had no idea about lost media or internet mysteries, would you be more interested in a video talking about a phone number that was up on a billboard in the late 90s or early 90s that no one knows what its purpose was, no one knows why it was there, but everyone saw it and it was 1-800-GOLF-TIP? Or are you more interested in a MTV pilot for Kappa Mikey? People would think, what is Kappa Mikey? What's a Kappa Mikey? And they'd go for like the golf tip video. That's just my viewpoint of it anyway. That's what I think. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just feel like the lost media scene is just like very like dormant right now. Like it had its big interest boom around A Day with SpongeBob, and it just hasn't really like, there hasn't been a lot of interest since. So yeah. I missed a million comments. I wanted to see what some of you guys were saying about it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Oh man, I'm not. Yeah, this is the thing too. Is I know that I could probably cover a lot of like there are some internet mysteries that I could cover. I guess like you guys are saying, Go for a Punch. That ended up being fake, and that was dumb. I remember people told me about that right when like it came out, and I thought it was really dumb, so I didn't want to cover it. There are a few I feel like I could cover that do fall into the lost media like category, but I feel like with what I focus on my channel and like my like viewpoints of lost media and like I don't want to say like the integrity of my channel, but I guess like the integrity of my channel, there are some things I just like don't want to like, I don't want to like make videos on, I guess. But that's another thing too though, is like even if I was to cover an internet mystery like golf tips or whatever, there are so many other channels that have already covered it. Like, and I think, and that's what I was saying before about like the integrity of my channel is I have like always, like from the beginning of me doing lost media, that is what I sort of prided my channel on, is that I was covering the content and the topics that no one else was. So I feel like if I was to do internet mysteries, they would have to be ones that no one has ever heard about before, because I want to be original with my content. I don't want to just like remake the same video like a million times unless I had something new to bring to the table. Like if I found something new about the golf tip video, I would make it, I would make a video on it, like my own video on it. But like just to restate what's already known, I don't really want to do it. And that kind of like goes along with what people say about my main videos too, my main lost media videos. I've gotten so many requests for Earthbound 64 and Zelda 64, and I'm not saying that they're bad requests, because I think they're good topics. But the problem is so many people have already covered them before, and I know that there's like the argument like, well, we don't want to see like the Yuri of Wind video on it. We want to see your video on it, and that's flattering. But as a content creator, I don't want to be doing the same thing someone else already did. You know what I'm saying? Like unless I have something new to say about it. I would have to go back through my video list. I'm sure there are some videos that I've made topics that people have already talked about before. Like, I'm not saying that like I only do completely new things, you know, but like generally speaking, I just don't want to do an Earthbound 64 video because like Yuri of Wind made one, and Beta 64 made one, and like probably half a dozen smaller channels already made them. And it's like, I just don't want to like spend my time doing that. I would rather like educate my viewers and inform them of something new, something I'm more passionate about that they've never heard of before, than just state the same kind of thing that like has already been stated. That's just sort of how I like how I view things. Um, yeah. Wait, someone said I love your beard, and they posted a Katz Miowski said I love your beard with with a heart smiley face emoji. Well, thank you. I guess I'm glad I didn't shave. You guys like the beard. Oh man, Kabuto07 said, "What plush from the Takara Super Mario RPG plush set is your favorite?" I got I was gonna say Boshi, but that's I feel like that's a very like typical answer. So I've always liked the Mario. The Mario was always a really cool Mario plush. I'm gonna say probably Mario. Not that there are a lot of choices to that plush set anyway. Because Boshi and Yoshi are like the same character, and there's Mario and Mallow, and the Star and the Mushroom. But the Star and the Mushroom are like um, Monkeys Are Swag said, LQ, do you know about those old Cartoon Network weird Majin Partners and Monkey Felt plushes? Like when Cartoon Network had the online store, they are a bit obscure, but I own the set. I believe I have seen those on eBay before. I think they're like mint in a bag. I think I've seen those before. Yeah, I know about those. Electro Cascade said, how do you relate the recent Nintendo leaks and the buzz around them to the state of lost media? Like, what do you think it could mean going forward for the focus of lost media searches? I okay, and again, I'm not trying to sound like entitled or anything. I almost, I personally almost feel like it hurt the lost media scene more than it helped them. Um, okay, so I sort of view lost media and game betas as two different things entirely to begin with. So this might be a little, the perspective might be a little like different than what other people might view it as, because I know some people think that betas are lost media, and I guess technically they are, but I sort of view the two as separate. Because I would get requests in the past to do videos on the Luigi's Mansion beta, right? Because it's like lost, but talking about a game beta isn't quite the same as like finding lost media. I feel like they're like different things, but I think largely speaking, I mean, it's okay. Don't get me wrong; it's good that they were found. I think it's fascinating they were found, and I'm glad they were found because now all this stuff can be archived, and I just do like seeing the Zelda 64 stuff like blew me away. That I think I was more impressed with that than the Mario 64 stuff, because I'm a big fan of Zelda 64. But when it comes to like in regards to like lost media though, I almost feel like it hurt, it like hurt the scene just because, well, I don't want to say hurt, that's maybe the wrong word, but I just feel like it doesn't really like help the lost media wiki in the traditional sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like people, or I don't even know how, I don't remember how, or maybe I never looked it up. I don't know how this stuff was found, if it was hacked or something. I know it was like leaked or whatever that means, right? But I feel like this is a lot different. This might be a good way to put it. This is like the polar opposite of like the search for cracks, the Crack Master, the Sesame Street short. That was like a very, very long search of like persistence and tracking down leads and getting an anonymous tip with it. And like, there you go, release it, whatever. This is like the opposite of that. Like all this stuff just leaked somewhere to the public. Nintendo's like not happy about it. Like all these like Nintendo news channels and all this stuff, they're just making, again, not to throw shade on them, but like they're just making like videos showing what's found, like here's everything that's found, right? But it's good to absorb that information, but I feel like there's no substance to it, right? Like there's no like, it's not like some guy went to like some friend's house that he knew, and they went to this other friend's house, and they went to an underground bunker in Japan, and this guy who told them of an urban legend had a copy of Zelda 64, and he gave it to him, and it's not like any of that happened. It's like stuff from Nintendo leaked. Everyone sort of like absorbed it, made billions of videos on it. Nintendo's not happy about it. What does that really like do for anyone? Like in regards to the lost media scene, you know what I'm saying? Like it's good this was found, and I'm happy it was found. But I think when it comes to like what lost media is about and what like like the search process and pulling people together to search for a bigger lost media, I don't think it like does anything for it. So, yeah, I don't know. It's and again, I almost feel like this goes back to the whole thing with like beta stuff being different than like game stuff. Like I almost feel like with lost media, you want to know the story about how it was found, right, to begin with. Like how was Crackmaster found? How was um the Clockman found, right? You want to know the story about it. But with game stuff, I feel like you don't really like a lot of people don't really care, right? They just want to see, oh, here's Link from the Super Nintendo FX chip demo or what. Like, I feel like there's like a disconnect there. So that's just me. Some people probably have different opinions on that, but that's just what I think. Oh, I got another $4. I keep missing these things because my screen is dark. I'm really afraid I'm gonna run out of battery because I mean I have a decent amount of battery left, but damn it, I'm sorry. I turn the screen dark when I'm going off on rants because I don't want to kill my battery because like I don't have an outlet anywhere here. So like once the battery's dead, like the stream's gonna end. But thank you for that. Um, Pony Channel said LQ is the top one lost media channel in my opinion. Well, thank you for that. Bro, what's up with your camera? Yeah, is it looking worse now? Oh, it's looking worse now because the sun's going down. Yeah, my camera is an early 2000s vibe, even though it's just the built-in camera of my 2020 MacBook. I gave this worm too I gave this worm too much acid. Said I personally like both Internet Mysteries and Lost Media, but I think Pink Morning Cartoon could be another boom, but obviously to not as great as an extent. I've heard so much stuff about the Pink Morning Cartoon, but I haven't really looked into it yet. It seemed kind of an interesting to me, but I don't know if there's a potential for it to be like a big boom, then maybe I'll look into it. There was another show too, or another thing too, that people thought was going to be big. What the heck was it? Oh, My Special Book. I think it was a Treehouse short series. That was something I think people thought was going to kind of blow up, and that's what I think that on the Lost Media Wiki forums. That's one of the more popular threads. It has like 6 or 7 pages, but it never really got popular for some reason. Like to a mainstream extent. Did my chat revenue just go up, or was it just slow to update? Well, it's at 49 now. So if I didn't get any my screen was on this time, and I did not get any notifications. So I don't know why it didn't show up, but thank you for that. I'm dropping the ball tonight on the super chats. Um. Oh, there we go. Why did it did not show up in my live chat thing? I don't understand why it didn't show up because usually on my live chat the super chats at the top, they show up at the top, so I don't have to go into into the actual chat and scroll to find them. But William8456 said, "What's your opinion on the 2001 game Bejeweled?" All right, I'll give you my opinion after I edit the list. Also, I got to back it from the screen. It just looks so stupid, like right against the screen. I feel really bad for the couple people that I missed their donations, but hopefully my Tinder stories will make up for it. Cool. So what's my opinion on the 2001 game Bejeweled? I've never played it. That's one. Two, whenever I think about it, I think of it as like a very casual, like, I don't know, like, oh, like middle-aged person waiting at a train station playing Bejeweled. And that's about it, I think. I just think it's a very casual, like not memorable game that like old people play. That's my impression of it. I don't know. I've never played it, but that's my opinion of it. That kind of reminds me of Peggle, I guess, to a lesser extent. I remember Peggle was like a big game. It was like a pinball game, I think. Um, yeah. Zyphorus said, "Holy crap, you're really close to 100K subscribers now." Yeah, I am. Um, I have a couple like big videos I've been working on, like big like videos I've been working on that I've really been wanting to release, but they're taking a long time to put together. But when they do release, I think they'll really help that sub count. And I really want to hit 100K subs because I have a lot of, I don't say a lot of stuff planned, but there's quite a bit of stuff I have planned. Some videos and stuff. Okay, I'll tease this now. I'll tease this now because I've been thinking about it. Maybe this will be exciting for you guys to hear. I wasn't sure what I was going to do for my 100K sub video. Well, I'm going to do like a couple like separate videos, right? Like talking about that, because I've been doing YouTube for 12 years, so I think that's warranted that I do a video talking about that. But I think when I hit 100K subs, maybe for a week or so, I don't know how long it's going to be. It's not going to be forever, but maybe for a week, I'm going to make public like every single one of my private or enlisted videos. They're going to be all public. Like the L Supersonic Q Vault is going to be broken wide open. For the sake of lost media, my lost videos that you guys can't watch anymore, I'm going to public all those videos for like a week or something. So you guys can watch all my lost videos and unlisted videos and stuff. So when I hit 100K subs, I was thinking about doing that. And I think that'll be really fun because you guys will get to see some of my really old content and also just some of my newer content that I've just hidden over the past couple years and stuff. So get excited for that because I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think a lot of the videos you guys will be surprised to see, especially some of the older ones that I haven't even seen in a long time. Like so some of my private videos and stuff just they just rot in my video on my video lists. They just but now they'll get a second limelight, which is kind of cool. Which reminds me of a story I think I told last time, so I'm not sure if I'm going to tell it this time, but it had to do with my lost 100 subscriber thank you video. Maybe I'll tell it again because maybe some of you guys don't remember it. And I don't even remember if I told it last time, but this is one of the videos that I would have made public again in this promotion if I still had it, but I don't. So I think one of the most interesting things that you guys will find when I public all my videos is some of my older content, because my older content is pretty different than it is now. And you can even go on my main channel and just go to some of my oldest videos, and I did some old animations and stuff, and my voice sounds really weird because I was like, whatever, like 14 or something when I made them. But there's like a select few videos I distinctly remember making, right, that I cannot find anywhere. And one of those videos was my 100 subscriber thank you video, which I believe was made back in 2012. It may have been February of 2012 because I have emails, and I really searched for this thing. I have emails that I sent to my friend back then that reference me hitting 100 subs. I think it was like February of 2012. So I must have made the thank you video around that time. And I went to my videos, and I looked through all my videos like on YouTube, and I thought it was privated this whole time for all these years. Because I remember I think privating it because I think at some point it just became irrelevant, and I thought, why am I going to leave this up? Even my 1,000 subscriber thank you video I think is private because, I thought, why this isn't relevant anymore. But my 1,000 subscriber one is still there, but my 100 one is not there anymore. And the only thing I can think of is I must have deleted it at some point when I was going through one of my content shifts on YouTube. So I'm not going to get into a whole thing on the eras of L Supersonic Q, but there was an era from 2012 to 2013 where my focus of the channel completely shifted. 2012 was really the last year that I was doing animations and clay figures and stuff like that for any of my oldest fans out there. And 2013, I had moved on to more experimental content because the clay videos were getting boring and people weren't watching them. So 2013, I had tried vlogs and let's plays and weird stuff like that. I think all those videos are actually lost too, but that's a different story. So during that content shift from 2012 to 2013, I believe I went back onto my channel and I deleted a lot of old videos that I didn't feel like were important anymore to make way for my like vlogs and let's plays. And I know I could have just left them all there, all the old videos, but I guess I was thinking at the time, like, I don't want all these videos on my, like in my channel. Like, I don't want to be reminded of this stuff. So I just deleted it, just get rid of it. It's gone. But I wish I didn't do that because the 100 sub thank you video was one of the ones that was gone. Now, I went on a very big search trying to find this, like a L Supersonic Q personal lost media search, trying to find this. Now, the first place I looked was my channel. Oh, I got more money. Let me read these. Oh, Awesome Jacket Dude, what's up? I want to know how they found the prototype / beta for Mario 64, Zelda 64, Ocarina of Time, Star Fox, and Yoshi's Island. And then they said, maybe can you make a video on that? Maybe you can make a video on that, Mr. L Supersonic Q. Okay, let me add you to the thing first. Thank you for that. I'm glad I caught that. I gotta like periodically like look at the chat, I guess. Thank you for that. Excellent. Cool. I guess I'll answer your question before I go back to what I was talking about. I personally don't know how they made or how they found those. I was saying earlier, I know they were leaked. I don't know how, but see, I'm thinking maybe I should have made a video on that back like back when it first happened. Cause I actually, when the Pokemon Gold and Silver Space World thing leaked, I made a video on that and everyone was doing videos on that. Right. So maybe I should have made a video on this back when that happened, but instead I did the video on the Mario 64 theme park. I'm not gonna like totally say no to that idea of how they found all the betas and stuff, but I don't know at this point if it would be worth making because so many other people have made it. But maybe I can rework. There was actually a topic I had in mind from a really long time ago that had to do with one of the games that they found stuff for. I'm not going to say which one it was in case someone knows the topic, but there was one a long time ago I found. I never made it into a video, but it relates to something that was found in the leak recently. So maybe I can combine both of those ideas into one big video. Maybe that'll happen. Okay, that might happen. I'm gonna write that down, and that might happen. So, that's actually a pretty good idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, but okay, so that's going on the video list. Back to what I was saying. I looked for this 100 subscriber thank you video for a really long time. I looked at my YouTube video thing because I thought it would be there, but it wasn't, which was kind of surprising to me. Then I thought, well, maybe it's on my old like black computer because I had an old like black like laptop computer, and that's where all my old videos were. So I thought maybe it's in there. I looked through all the files on that computer. It's not there. Then I thought maybe it's on one of my hard drives because I think we took off a lot of old video files from the black computer at one point. So I looked through all my old hard drives. It's not there. I had, I think, a couple flash drives I had used at one point to like make video stuff with. Weren't on the flash drives. The only place, so I think it's completely lost. The only place it might be, the last place that I can think about where it would be, is there was another hard drive I had at one point, or not hard drive, flash drive, separate than the ones I looked in recently. And I was using it in school because I didn't have a Mac at the time, and I had to transfer files between, like my PC, the black laptop, which was a PC, in the MacBooks at the school. And that flash drive, I believe, had video content on it because at the time that was my main flash drive. And I was using that flash drive in 2012, which is around the time I hit the 100 subs. So putting all that together, there's a possible chance that that video is on that flash drive from that exact era that I made the video. The only problem is I don't know where it is. I used to have it in a certain spot. It's not there anymore. So someday I'm going to have to go on a big, like, El Supersonic You hunt for this flash drive with the hopes that the video is still on it. But I haven't been able to find it since I last looked, which is really disappointing. But that's the current status of that. So hopefully someday I can find it. Oh, a Wild Elliot appeared, said Jim the Sun 76 donated the $1.99 to reach the $40. Okay, thank you for that. I will add him to the list. So thanks Elliot for the info, and thanks freaking phone, and thanks Jim the Sun for the donation. Let me add that to the list. Cool. I feel like I'm still missing someone, because I don't think that adds up to $59. Maybe it does. I don't know. Oh, Shamex2. It's been a while, Shamex. I remember you. Villainous. Yeah, the Villainous Lost Media short pilot things. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. I hope you heard my answer, William, to your Bejeweled question. I did answer it. There are people out there that heard me. I know they did. Yeah. Sorry about that. Like I said, I was dimming the screen, so I missed it. The Bryax said, "Do you still have some of your live streams privated / unlisted, or were some of them just deleted?" Oh, also, what's up, Bryax? It's been a while. Glad to see you stop by. Yeah, so there are some that I did delete. I think straight up deleted. I think maybe there were some of. See, I don't remember because there were so many different eras of the live streams. I would have to like go back and like for example, like I remember. Do you guys remember the stream that we did in a parking lot and it was really bad? I remember I just deleted that one because it was dumb. But I was actually looking for it not too long ago, and I realized, oh man, I deleted it. So the stuff like that is gone. I think there were maybe a couple podcasts that were just like back during the LSSQ cast era that I just didn't like how they went, so I totally deleted them. They're gone. But like, I don't think anyone remembers like those specific episodes, and I don't even remember them. I just remember deleting a few of them, so those are gone. But for the most part, like all these ones, like all these kinds of streams, like I've done a lot of streams like this recently. These ones don't get deleted. I private them or whatever. So most of them are still around, but there are a few that are deleted, but nothing like super important. Like, it's not like I think the Nature's Wi-Fi streams, if anyone remembers those, I think those are still around. I just unlisted them or privated them. So I try to preserve most of my stuff. Like I only really delete stuff if it like goes really, really poorly, like really, really bad, or if I just like really don't like it for some reason. Park Raider said the Slamfest was held at the MGM Grand Theme Park. Yes, it was. I believe we knew that. Oh, Brian said trying to see if the Sonic 06 of live streams is still up. That might be one that I think is still on my channel. If you look in like the live stream archive playlist, I think that's still there. Oh, also Lucas said Sultan donated like $2.79 or $2.79, and William donated another $2. Okay, I'll add those to the list. Thank you for that, Lucas. And thank you to Sultan and William again. So excellent. Oh, and then is William already here? Oh yes. Okay. Another, what would we say, like $2? Okay, so I'll go like 3. Cool. Thank you. And usually we finish with the Tinter stories, so when the stream is wrapping up, I'll let you guys know, and that's when we'll get into the Tinter stories. I definitely have two. I might, if I can think of more, before then maybe we'll get three. Usually I do two. Sweet victory intensifies. Why is there a cat in a box emoji from Mass Attack? That's funny. Man, I'm trying to think. Like we have so many donations tonight. I gotta make these Tinder stories like worth it. I'm trying to think right now of like, um, I feel like a few streams ago I told one that was really really good. I don't really want to tell it again though because I already told it. The couple I had tonight are pretty good. Um, man, I just have like so many Tinder stories. Like some of them, I'm sure I'm just like forgetting entirely. Um, I don't know. Well, I have two at least, so we'll save those for later. Oh heck no! 15 years ago, said Nintendo was going to make another camera accessory for the GBA, but it was canceled. Could you find some info on that? Oh yeah, the Game Eye. I've that came up in my search for stage debut, and I think I mentioned it in the stage debut video. Yeah, the problem with that though is I think I actually was going to make a video on that at one point on the Game Eye, but the problem was I didn't there wasn't enough actually to make a video on. Like it kind of existed in relation to stage debut, and that's kind of it. So I'm not sure if I can make a video on that one. Sonic Shoes said, "Can you feel time moving through your mind?" Oh, that's from SA2. At first I thought it was you're like saying something from Sonic R. But that's SA2 for sure. Didn't know people simmed for LSSQ. That's funny. LSSQ fans are Sims confirmed. I don't know if that's an insult or not. If that's being directed as an insult. Um, I'm glad that my fans are my fans. That's I feel like that's something that I'll probably talk more about in the 100K sub video. Like just I like I know some people's fan bases sort of grow like much sooner than mine did because I didn't start YouTube. Um, I didn't take it very seriously when I first started doing it, right? So because I've been doing it for 12 years, I have seen my fan base literally grow over 12 years, and it's pretty like amazing, like to to like see that growth, like to see, I don't know, there's so much stuff. And like I've talked about this before too, just very briefly. Speaking of like fans and stuff, in other streams and other times, I've actually thought about like the people who I don't even see anymore on YouTube who used to like comment on all my videos and show up to my streams. So many people they just and I've gone to their channels too just to see if they're up to anything, and like the last time they posted was like 10 years ago, and it's like damn, like like where'd they go? I'm sure that like I'm probably one of at this point I'm probably one of the few YouTubers that like created their channel in 2009 and is still going. I mean, I know there are like older YouTubers than me that are still making videos, and like I'm like, but like in the context of 2009 YouTubers, I'm probably one of the only ones that's still making videos, like consistently at least. Any info on Yaya Beavis 1? Meme Boy 47 said, I don't think so. Um, Gaia Ruxpin 2004, have you heard that Luigi is actually in Mario 64? Yes, I've heard that. Studio said, "I love your old voice." Yeah, you know what? Like a lot of I know a lot of people kind of like don't like their old voice, like in old videos. I mean, I'm not saying I like it, but I don't think it's like as bad as like some other people's. Like I don't know. I feel like even at that time, I kind of like knew how to like narrate decently well, kind of. Oh, William is piecing out. Well, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Smith Zero said Ashens has been going since almost the beginning of YouTube, and he still gets views. Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. There, I know there are people who are doing it older than me. That's cool though. I didn't know Ashens' channel was actually that old, but that's cool. Parker Raider said, I bet at least one person who has seen LSSQ's content later went on to become a celebrity. I mean, I'm actually pretty surprised with how far my content has reached, and that's not even like a humble brag. Just here's a story, for example. It's just one example. I used to work at some place, and one of the guys who worked there too, who I used to talk to occasionally, he was sort of into games and stuff. And I think one day I was we were talking about something. I was gonna send him like an email with something in it, and he's like, "What's your email?" And I told him my email, and he's like, "Oh, is it like it's this L Supersonic Q?" And I said "Yeah, like how'd you know that? How'd you know that I was L Supersonic Q?" And he's like, I actually, he's like I don't really know. He's like I must have watched some of your videos before, and then it I guess like was like auto added to like his something. So like someone who I worked with in a setting that was completely unrelated to like games or YouTube, who happened to be into games like I was, we were talking, and then I gave him my email, and he had watched my videos before, which was kind of crazy. Like who would have thought? And there was another time too. Okay, he's probably not watching this. But if you're the guy from Domino's, you know who you are. You know who you are, because I talk to you occasionally. You're probably not watching this, but if you are, you're another example. One time I went into Domino's to get like pizza, and I was talking to this guy that worked there, and I had actually we'd actually talked. He used to work at a different like location, so I met him elsewhere, but then he moved to this Domino's, and every time I go get pizza, I would talk to him. And one time, I don't remember what the conversation was. I really can't remember, but I mentioned something, like he may have said something like, "We're just like, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, like, I'm on the video grind." And he's like, "Oh, you make videos?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do YouTube videos." And I think he said like, "What's your channel?" And I said, "Oh, it's L Supersonic Q." And he's like, "That sounds kind of familiar." He's like, "What videos did you make?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, like if you've heard of my channel, you've probably heard of the Webkinz Killer video, because that's my most popular video." And he's like, "Yo, I've watched that one before." He's like, "I didn't know that was you." Like, yo, like this guy at Domino's like watches my videos, and who would have thought that? And like that's another example of like who would have thought that like all these people like and there were a couple times at some local conventions I would go to. Those are some private videos that are gonna go public when I hit 100,000 subscribers. I used to vlog like I used to have booths at these local conventions. I used to sell art, but I wouldn't just go as like myself. I would go as like L Supersonic Q. So I'd have these like L Supersonic Q posters and stuff. And I used to vlog my experiences at the event. But one year, I had the L Supersonic Q posters up, and there was like this person who came over, and they're like, "Yo, you're L Supersonic Q," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, I saw the posters, and I'm like, I watched that guy on YouTube, and like, who would have thought that like someone where I live was like a fan of me? Like, it's just so cool. So, yeah, you never know. You never know like who watches your stuff. Pyro Jiro said, "A live stream in a parking lot, that actually sounds chill. I always liked live streams outside for some reason." Funny you say that. The parking lot live stream was actually garbage because we had no reception where we were. So it was like, we must have streamed for like a half an hour, but it was literally like 10 seconds of video because it kept cutting out. I was like on my phone, and it was really bad. Someone actually had saved that and re-uploaded it. I don't know where that video went though. I think they deleted it, but I don't have the original file, and that was the only living file of it. So someone out there has it. If you're watching this and you have it, or you know the video I'm talking about, let me know because I want that back. Like I want a copy of it, or at least the link to the video if it's unlisted or something. Because props to that guy for saving it, because I deleted it. I didn't think twice, and then I was looking for it not too long ago, and I remember the re-upload, but now the re-upload is gone. So if you're that guy, let me know because I want it. I want a copy of it. But actually, funny you say outside live streams. There was a time, maybe like 3 years ago, where I didn't have Wi-Fi in my house. That was a whole story arc in itself. But I used to go outside the stream because I could connect to some other person's Wi-Fi, and I called them the Nature's Wi-Fi streams. I don't know if there were any face cam ones for those. It might have just been audio only, but you could hear like the crickets and like the breeze and stuff. I think some of those might still be on my channel if you're interested. There's a playlist somewhere on my channel. I think it's still public. It's called like LSSQ cast and archived live streams or something. And I believe there are some Nature's Wi-Fi streams in there. The title is like Nature's Wi-Fi. You can check that out. I've actually been wanting to do more outside live streams, like in the past, couple times I've done these streams, but I just haven't gotten around to it because I don't know if I can connect to that Wi-Fi point anymore. I don't think it exists anymore, and my Wi-Fi here is not going to reach, I don't think, outside. Then I thought, well, I could maybe use my phone, but my phone is like garbage when it comes to live streaming, so I don't know if that would work well. So I haven't been able to figure it out, but I've been wanting to do more. So maybe we can manage one while the weather's still nice, like sometime, maybe the next time I stream. I don't know though. I don't want to make any promises, but it's something I've been wanting to do again, but it just didn't happen. Meta Crisis 47 said he's super cute. What? Yo, what is this, Smith Zero? No, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh my god. I LSSQ is the male. What? Tinder, Tinder girl. What is this? What is this? Did I like enter an alternate like dimension right now? Okay, this is like I was talking about the Nature's live streams. I scroll up a little bit and see all these people talking about weird stuff. Well, I appreciate the cute comment, I guess, but man, some of these other comments, what the heck, man? I guess I'll take that as a compliment, though. I have not started the Tinder stuff yet, though, and I don't believe anyone who I talked about in these Tinder stories watches my channel. I will say, though, I have given my channel to some of these girls before because, they say, what do you do? And I say, I do YouTube. And they say, oh, cool. Can I see your channel? And like, what am I going to do? I got to send them my channel. But it never got to the point where like any of them actually watched my content. And I would guess that most of them probably don't watch it or never even watch it to begin with. They just like looked at my sub count. But furthermore, it's probably even less likely that any of them would have, would be watching right now while this stream is live. I don't think that's even a possibility. But also a lot of the people that I talk about, I don't think I ever even gave my channel to, so they'd never know. I don't really feel bad about it though, because I feel like, and I know of course, like if you, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people who have like done me wrong, like this is my little like salvation, right? Like to, I don't want to say like revenge, but this is my little like some of the stories I've told. Like I'll just reiterate this one. I told the whole thing once. I'm not getting into the stories now, but I'm just saying like, um, there was this one girl. I believe I did give her my YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure she never looked at it. There was this one girl who I matched with her on Tinder, and we talked for a little bit, and I asked her if she wanted to like get ice cream or something, and she kept like putting it off, right? So then after a while I kind of said like, hey, like, like it's been like a few weeks, like we gotta like either do something or just like don't do something. And she gave me this not like a sob story, but it was like, it was sort of the story about how like she's been in a lot of bad relationships before, and like, she didn't really say she didn't really trust people, but you get what I'm going for. And I was like really, really understanding, right? I said like, okay, I totally get that. Like as long as you make that clear, I'm fine with like, like going slow. Anyway, long story short, she led me on for 3 months, and then suddenly, for no reason, just like unfriended me from like Snapchat and everywhere. And I think I had contacted her for like one last place, one last like outlet. Maybe it was just a text, I don't even know. And I said like, whoa, whoa, like, is this a mistake? Like, why did you just unfriend me from everywhere? And she's like, well, I don't really know you very well. And I said, we've been talking every day for 3 months. Like what the heck? I don't even talk to my real friends every day for 3 months. Like what the heck? And then that was it. She just up and left. And like I was like a fool for like playing along with that for 3 months. Like I totally, and like this is the thing, is like I was like very, very patient with her, like very patient, and like I totally understood like I like where like what she meant. And it wasn't, and and we shared like art and poetry, and like we talked, and it was very, you know it was probably just about like as good as you could get trying to know someone over texting, probably. And then she just suddenly picked up and left, and that was it. And she's like, I don't know you. So I feel like in instances like that, just like retelling those stories is like my little bit of like, of like, I don't know, like venting, I guess, maybe. Why are we even talking about Simps? What is even going on? But no, you guys didn't miss any of the Tinder stuff. Klebby 36 said, "Congrats on 90K subs, 10K more to 100K." Yes, I can't wait. What? Zachary Palot said, "Hey, were you holding Kekrok 1, Kekrok 2, and Kekrok 3?" No. I don't even have that any. No. Kekrok is still lost, man. Oh, Awesome Jacket Dude said, I don't think those girls even like video games to begin with. That's why they. Yeah, I try and explain what lost media is to like girls on Tinder anyway. I don't think they get it. I don't think, and like most of the people I match with or whatever, because like on Tinder and whatnot, like I'm trying to think how to say this. Like, hmm, like you guys know I like video games and stuff, but I don't make that. I just said like part of my like identity on like Tinder. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like when you're like, it's just not important to me, the fact that I like video games, because like I don't need to be with someone who likes video games, like I don't need that. Like I don't care if the other person plays video games or not. Like it's not something I value. So in my Tinder profile, I don't like mention that I play games because it's just not really important to me. So yeah, like you were saying, I don't think it really matters. They probably don't get it. They probably don't watch it, like, whatever. So it's not something I even worry about. I don't have I do have a Discord account, but I don't have a server or anything. I like how you guys were memeing. I like how you, I like how you guys were memeing the Live and Learn song. Oh, Lane, I remember that one deleted stream where you. We're gonna talk about that. That was an exclusive. That was an exclusive. Never being told again. But yes, I remember. I remember. I Of course I remember that. But what is your next video? It's an anime topic. Um, More like El Supersonic cute. Yeah, my next video is an anime topic, a Lost Media anime topic. It's coming out tomorrow. Any plushes you want to talk about? Jonathan 43 said. Not really. When it like, I don't know. Not really. I don't think. Well, I did get. Well, maybe. I bought some stuff from the Pokemon Center recently, and man, I could have spent hundreds of dollars on that site, but I had to like restrain myself because there's so much cool stuff, but it's kind of pricey. Like it adds up very quickly. Um, but I bought some Pokemon Cutie plushes, which are really really cool. I do like those. I've known about them for a long time, but I never ended up buying them. But I ended up buying. Like you can see the Ampharos one back there. That's new, and man, I could spend a whole bunch of money on just the cuties. I really like those Pokemon plushes as a whole. I don't really collect Pokemon stuff, but I've been getting very bored with the Mario and Sonic stuff, so I've been looking into Pokemon stuff more. And man, I missed out on so many cool Pokemon stuff. So I've been looking at stuff on the Pokemon Center, like I said. I haven't gotten like super, super deep into collecting Pokemon stuff, and I haven't, I don't have any Holy Grail Pokemon stuff, but it'd be nice to get some plushes of like my starters and stuff. I don't know why I haven't really done that at this point. Um, but Ampharos is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I had to get a plush of him. And there are a few other Ampharos plushes, some older ones and some newer ones that might be nice to get at some point. See, collecting Pokemon is kind of interesting in itself because um I think one of the reasons why I was never into it is because I didn't really know how to go about doing it because there's so much Pokemon stuff. Like you think there's a lot of Mario stuff and a lot of Sonic stuff, you know, and a lot of Zelda stuff, but there is a like billion things of Pokemon merchandise. So I wasn't sure about how to go about collecting it. But a while ago I was talking to someone about it because I know someone who collects Pokemon merchandise online, and I said, how do you collect Pokemon merch? Because they collect it, and they pretty much said to me that generally speaking, people who collect Pokemon merch only collect for a specific Pokemon, which makes sense to me, right? Because like there's too much Pokemon stuff to collect. You can't get it all. So um I think if I keep going with the collection, I'll probably focus on only a couple Pokemon. Or maybe only specific sets, but I don't really know a lot of the different sets that are out there anyway. So, and there are so many Pokemon I dislike, I guess, especially the newer ones, like anything from like Gen 6 and up, I don't even know. So, maybe it would be harder to collect newer stuff. I'd have to focus on the older stuff, but some of the older stuff can be kind of pricey. So, I don't know. It's sort of a new thing, and I'm not totally sure if I want to like invest completely into it because I was already collecting everything else before, right? Like everything except Pokemon. So to get into Pokemon stuff might be a really bad financial decision, but who knows? Maybe maybe sometime I'll get into it more. Super Izaku64 said, "Hey, Supersonic Q, how's it going, Izaku64?" I'm like really far behind in comments. Let me just scroll to the bottom. I probably missed a bunch. John Raleigh said, "How often do you stream?" Um, I would say on average, maybe like once every 2 weeks, roughly. I think it's probably been about 2 weeks since I've done it last, but like it sort of depends on my video schedule too, because sometimes if I like don't have a video like ready to go, I'll do a stream in place of it. Or if I have too many videos to air, I won't stream. So generally speaking, though, it's like once every 2 weeks, and usually it's like over the weekend. So like today's Friday. I usually don't stream on like a Monday or a Tuesday or anything like that. It's usually once every 2 weeks over the weekend. Um, so sort of, if that helps you at all. Ham Ham Pachi said, "Oh, they have specific subset collections for Raichu and Manectric." Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like that's how you got to do it. I don't have that. The one Jack. Like don't even. I don't have that. Oh, are you memeing? It contains him playing Wii Sports without the wrist strap. Okay, that sounded like a joke to me. Okay, that was kind of funny. Jonathan 43 said, "Oh, would you like to talk about the past of the Nintendo store, aka the Pokemon store?" Yeah, I really wish I was able to visit that original Pokemon Center store in New York. I've seen pictures of it, and it looks so cool. But of course it's gone now. And I was a big Pokemon fan back during that era, so I would have really, really enjoyed it. But I wish I could have visited original Nintendo World. I don't think I ever went when it was Nintendo World. I think I went when it was Nintendo NY. So I never even saw original Nintendo World. But Nintendo World back in the day, back in like the late 2000s, that was where it was at with all those Mario Party 5 plushes and Animal Crossing plushes. Like man, watching videos of that, I love watching videos of that. It's so nostalgic, and I was never even there, but just like seeing it all. The Showbiz Pizza video is gonna happen sometime. It will. Don't believe me. Okay. Oh, David dumbed down said, "What are your thoughts on Lego Mario?" That is interesting. That is an interesting point or comment. Oh wait, first K1 YouTube said, "Didn't a Mario Party plush sell for like 10 grand?" I think that was like a bot bidding up the list, the bidding up the listing. I don't think that was a real. I don't think it really sold for that much money. And that happened years ago. But recently, another one was actually someone on Twitter showed me it was actually bidded up to $10,000 again, which I thought was hilarious. Um, so yeah, I don't think they're selling for that much, but they were bidded up for that much, and it's freaking hilarious because those plushes are so dumb. They're so dumb. There's so much like bad aura around those plushes. Like man, but what are my thoughts on the Mario Legos? I actually a couple things. I haven't seen very much of them actually. I just haven't really looked at them very much. But I remember when I first saw them, like the Lego, like the Mario Lego that makes the noises. I was actually kind of disappointed with it. I think I can understand what they were going for and why they made them like they did, right? Because it's like more fun to play like that. But I actually, as a kid, I wanted a more traditional Mario Lego set. I wanted like, you know, and not even like the Connects. Um, with like their big heads and stuff. I wanted like traditional Lego characters that had little nose and mustache parts on like the traditional Lego like bodies and stuff. In sets, that were again more traditional. Um, so I'm not really a big fan of them. It's just not really what I ever imagined Mario Legos to be like. There's actually a really old like Zelda like off-brand Lego set from like Germany or something. It came out a really long time ago, and that is almost like I think it's like Ganon's castle or something some kind of castle, and that's almost like what I would imagine like a Nintendo Lego set to be like. More traditional, more like the small blocks. Like that's kind of what I want. But that Zelda Lego set is very rare, so you'll never find it anyway. I think Nightrim from VGM has it. He might have made a video on it. Um, Calabe Souza said, "Just wanted to say hi. Hi." Well, hi right back to you. Thanks for stopping by. I like how you guys kept going with the Sonic song. That was really cool. Um, Oreo Artsy Snow Leopard said, "What's going on? We are just chilling. Thanks for stopping by." Am I gonna release the Bad Pizza live stream? Probably. Yeah, I guess that would probably count. I don't think anything like bad happened in that one. I just unlisted it because like I didn't think anyone cared about it, but I'll probably release that one. Pondering Emoji said, "What do you or do you have any interest in Do you have any interest in slash experience with Goosebumps? I've been interested in the line of lost books in the series called Goosebumps Gold lately. I never got into Goosebumps as a kid. I knew some people who were into it, but I wasn't. I think I read a couple of the books, but I was never really like a big fan. Um, I am familiar with some like lost kids books and some like stuff that never came out like that, but I don't know anything about Goosebumps though, or I don't even know much about lost literature actually. So I actually don't have much experience with that. I don't even remember what I read as a kid. It wasn't Goosebumps though. What was that book series? The Magic Tree House. I think I read that as a kid, like in elementary school. Um, there may be a couple others, but probably all the mainstream stuff that like a bunch of kids read. Oh, I actually read Diary of a Wimpy Kid back before it was cool. I remember in middle school when the first volume came out. I think I bought it from a book order and I read it way before it was like really cool to read it. And I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It was pretty cool. I know that Diary of a Wimpy Kid is like a big meme actually. There's actually some Diary of a Wimpy Kid lost media now that I remember it. Maybe I'll make a video on that. But um, yeah, I think I may have read the second book too, or got a little bit of the way through it, and then I stopped reading it. And then the third one came out, and the fourth one, and I just like, I don't know, I wasn't into it anymore. And then before I knew it, it got super popular, and I was like, when did this happen? Like I was reading it before it was cool. I really was. The first book was really good from what I remember. I don't know how well it would hold up today. I don't know if people read it like ironically today, like if older people read it ironically, or if it, I don't know, or like what age demographic is really aimed towards nowadays. But I know there's a big fandom for some reason about it. Um, have you watched any of the McDonald's commercials from the 70s and 80s? I have not. I have no idea. Oh, William's back. What's up? Oh, Zachary made his own custom Mario minifigure with official Lego pieces. Now that's cool. Jonathan has almost every Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. Jonathan said, "Would you like to talk about lost or not complete pilots?" Um, well, that's very like vague. There's a lot of lost pilots and stuff to talk about. I don't even know where to begin with that. Can I sing "Live and Learn"? No, no, I'm not gonna sing. That's not happening. You know what? Fun fact: that the one Jack. Are you referencing that one time when I said I was gonna buy like 1,000 chicken nuggets and never did? That's the only thing I think of when someone mentions chicken nuggets on this stream is like I don't remember what the context was. Maybe it was like Twitter followers or something, but I think it was like when I hit like 2,000 followers, I was gonna like buy 1,000 chicken nuggets from Burger King and like eat them on stream. Is that what you're referencing? Oh dang, Jim the Sun, you gotta. Well, yeah, dang. Sorry about that. Maybe take a. I don't know what you would take for that. Um, Super Eizaku sub to me. Thank you. Yay, yay. Yeah, I guess. I can't even pronounce that. Any last media related to Disney's Newt? There's probably a ton, but I man, Disney is like a whole area I haven't even really touched when it comes to lost media, but I'm sure there's like a ton. Um, oh, Lane still reads the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Oh, series of unfortunate events. I didn't read that one, but that was a big one that I knew a lot of people that read. Yeah, I remember that one. There were a lot, I think. I feel like I've like repressed all those memories for the books, but there were a ton. I totally forgot about the unfortunate event books. There was a movie about that too. Oh, the chicken nugget heat. Oh, I kind of remember that actually. That one or the one Jack. I think I remember that very very vaguely. That rings a bell. The serious lot. Yes. Okay. 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 It's kind of coming back to me. It's kind of coming back to me. Um, wasn't it that wasn't that you could get 10 chicken nuggets for $1? Oh, maybe it was a super chat thing. I think it was like if someone donated like $50, I would buy like a bunch of nuggets with the $50. I don't remember. It was such a long time ago, but the nuggets never happened. Nothing about the nuggets ever happened. So, Avery says the person who wrote the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books also made Pop Tropica. I did not know that. Lost NASCAR merchandise. There's probably some. There's probably lost stuff for everything. Like someone a long time ago, I'll never forget this. Someone wanted me to do a video on a lost Nerf gun. I remember that one. Beth the Head said, "Have you ever heard about the lost British dub of the Powerpuff Girls?" Yes, yes, I've heard about that. I've never found it. I've never seen it. I never looked for it, but yes, I've heard about that. Oh, what a classic that is. That's a classic one. That would maybe make for a good micro mystery, actually. Oh, Captain Underpants. That's another one too. I forgot about Captain Underpants. I read some of those when I was in elementary school. Yeah, that was a good one. And someone asked me what I thought about the Peanuts movies. That reminded me that they made that Captain Underpants movie in the same studio made the Peanuts movies. I never saw any of those actually, so I have no comment on them. I'm assuming the Captain Underpants movie was not very faithful to the books. I'm just guessing. And I don't even watch a whole lot of movies anyway. I haven't seen any of those. Lost Nerf gun. Yeah. Weird video requests. That's funny. Um, I think the Nerf gun was probably one of the strangest. Um, man, what were some others? I'd have to like go back through my emails and stuff. Um, some that was one of the strangest. I remember this too. This kind of goes hand in hand with the Nerf gun. It wasn't directly to me, but it was on the Lost Media Wiki. Someone wanted help finding a lost like Hot Wheels prototype or something. Um, which was I thought was kind of funny because like I don't know, to me like the video game prototype stuff makes sense, but Hot Wheels prototypes like doesn't make sense to me. So I thought it was kind of funny. Um, what were some other weird requests? I get so many video requests. Um, the Nerf gun that one takes the cake, I think. Um, I'm sure I've gotten some on like for like dubs before, like really weird dubs for like I think someone asked me to find like a Backyardigans like Romanian dub once or something. Um, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. The Nerf gun really takes it. That one has stuck with me and that was like years ago. It had to be like 3 years ago. That probably at least 3 years ago. And that's stuck with me all these years later. I'm trying to think of other like weird objects or weird things people would want to find. Like, um, I don't know. Those are the only three I can think of. I don't remember anything about the Lost Blaster though. I honestly don't remember anything about it. So, um, Flame Docs 360 said hello. What's up? Pondering emoji would unironically love to see these videos. I don't know if I could like if I'd have the attention span to make um a video on a lost Nerf gun. I don't know. I just don't think I could do it. Do I know Thomas Trackmaster? I don't know that. JM just bought a snowball microphone. I should get a better microphone. Someone was gonna send me a microphone a long time ago and I didn't accept it because I'm dumb. Bruce Camp said, "Have you ever considered doing Lost Media on the Lost Shockwave and Flash games?" Oh, I've never thought about doing a video on them, but I know that's like a very big topic. I think there was a thread on the Lost Media Wiki that talked about that, and there are a few other YouTubers I think that have made videos on that before. So that is a big topic. Yeah. I've never really thought about doing a video on that though, but that would be a good one though. That might be a good micro mystery. Oh, an April Fool's Day video on the Nerf gun. That might be funny, Lane. I like that idea. Oh, Beth said that they personally got to watch the dub as a kid. They remember taping some of the episodes of the Lost Dub but threw it away. Ah, I thought because I think one of the problems is that we didn't know if it even existed, so that is interesting to know. Um, Gon, did you pronounce that Gonzalez or I'm gonna go with Gonzalez said. Have you ever heard about the Johnny Test pilot? We don't have almost anything about it. We have the trailer and that's it. I'm a big fan of Johnny Test, but this is interesting. I've seen some stuff about the Johnny Test pilot before. Um, yeah, I was going to do a video I think about it a long time ago. It was interesting to me. I thought about it, but it didn't really amount to anything. Maybe I could cover it in a micro mystery or something, but I've looked into it a little bit before, so I know a little bit about it. Um, but yeah, that's interesting, and it's like traditional Lost cartoon, so I'm kind of a fan of it. Smith Zero with the Nerf stuff. Oh, I can't tell you the topic on the video for tomorrow. Have to just watch it and see. Whoa, William with another donation. Another $2 donation. Wow, last donation. Well, thank you for that. We hit $61. That's pretty cool. Let me add that to the thing. Where are you? Oh, why is it not working? Oh, I'm like actually really bad at math. In case you guys didn't know, don't donate with the 99 ever again. Because I mean, what the heck? What did this even say? Three? I'm just gonna go with this. I'm really bad at math. I'm gonna straight up say that. But thank you for that. I didn't know that the Powerpuff Girls thing had been confirmed to exist, so that's good. Should make a video about a video. I could do that. Videoception. Riley Bat was like freaking me out because I thought they were like one of the girls I tell in my Tinder stories. Honestly, someday I'm just expecting like okay, I'm not really expecting it, but like just imagine like some girl just like or someone just be coming in the chat and being like, "Hey, you're talking about me." I'd be like, "What?" I don't think that would ever happen though. South Park, maybe a video on that. Have you ever found lost media? Yeah, I found a bunch of lost media. Oh, Dora the Explorer stuff. I don't know about that. I should review close enough, AZ said. Um do you play a Kirby game? Mass Attack said. Yeah, I've played Kirby Mass Attack. I've played a lot of Kirby games. More than I realize, I think. They're pretty easy, but they're kind of fun sometimes. I think JoJo is just memes. You got to give JoJo a fair shot. I will always say that. I always thought, okay, but before I got into JoJo, I thought that JoJo was just a big meme as well. People running around yelling Dio, and making jokes about like Speedwagon and dumb stuff like that. But if you actually watch the series, it's like a really good series. And like, I don't even like, I don't want to say I consider myself like a JoJo elitist, because maybe the elitists are the ones who make memes, but I just consider myself like a very like I don't like a very, I don't even know what the word is, because I don't know what the JoJo fandom is even like. I don't know how to like differentiate myself, but like I'm like a very like strict like JoJo fan. No memes, no dumb stuff. I mean, there are some like jokes in the show and stuff, and I mean it's fun to like, you know, have some ongoing jokes with the characters and meme a little bit, but like I really really feel like the memes like made me not even want to like look into JoJo for a really long time. And it was until part 4 was on Toonami that I started watching it, and I actually liked it, because the series isn't as stupid as you would think it is from the memes. So definitely give JoJo a watch. Oh, we're talking about JoJo now. So I was going to say about the parts, I was going to give you suggestions for parts. This is another thing too that pisses me off about JoJo fans. And I've gotten a pass from the Phantom Blood Discord server. So I consider myself like okay with this. They're cool with me. I watch the parts way out of order, and I don't even care. And the JoJo fans I talk to are cool with it. So as for what part I'm on, and this is the thing, okay, is I never even would have become a JoJo fan if I didn't start with part 4, because that's what Toonami was showing, right? So I have watched part 4 all the way through as my favorite part. I would recommend that one to someone who wants to watch it personally, because it's my favorite. But I've also seen most of part 1, like only a couple episodes I haven't seen. Part 1 was really good. It's a little fast paced, but it's really good. Part 3 is, I only watched like maybe half of it because I got very, very bored with it. I like the characters. They're pretty cool. Like I like those characters. They're very like classic when you think of like, you know, JoJo characters. But it's very slow. And I stopped watching it because it just got very boring. Part 2, I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of. I hated it. I hated the characters and hated the plot. Part 5, I've seen maybe like a couple episodes. I want to watch more of it, but I haven't. It looks really good. But I don't have cable, so I haven't been watching it on Adult Swim or anything. But the characters in that one look cool too. So I would say definitely watch part 4. Part 5, well, based on what I've seen from part 5, my impressions of it. Part 4, part 5, part 1, 3, and then 2. That would be my like order. And I haven't read any of the manga or anything, so I don't even know about any of that other stuff. My favorite stand though is probably Killer Queen, I think. Like, man. And I think that goes along with why I like part 4 so much, is freaking Killer Queen. When Killer Queen appears on screen, you're like, oh shit. Like it's gonna go down now. Like, this is serious. And like people die like literally on screen from Kira and Killer Queen. It's so good. JM said, I took karate classes and one of the people there loved JoJo and would LARP as a character while fighting. That is hilarious. Bomby the Great said, did you see my bull in red comment? Can you please do a video on it? I did not see your comment. I would have to get more information. CGG said, JoJo fans won't let you say shit about JoJo. I said people make part 1 and part 8 overrated, and I got harassed. Yeah, I honestly like don't like a lot of JoJo fans. See, Shredder Red is like, don't skip parts. Okay, honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna swear about that. I don't give a shit if I skip parts in JoJo, like, because this is the thing, okay? When I started with part 4, okay, maybe I should make a video, confessions from a part skipper. Maybe I will do that. When I started part 4, okay, I got to like those characters not knowing anything else about JoJo. I got invested in the world and the characters, and I liked them, right? And this is the cool part. Because I liked those characters, I enjoyed those characters, after I had finished part 4, I wanted to go back and learn where they came from. So that was the thing for me. like, oh, like Josuke is like the descendant of this and this and this, and why is Joseph Joestar an old man? And like Jotaro, like, isn't he in other parts? I wanted to know like how part 4 became a thing. And then that led me back to part 3. And then in part 3 they mentioned Jonathan Joestar. Oh, now I want to see Jonathan Joestar. So I went to part 1. Like by starting where I wanted to start, it opened me up and made me want to learn more about the series. Whereas I guarantee you, if I started with part 1, I would have been like, oh, there's Dio. There's the guy everyone yells his name about. Like, well, time to turn this off. I guarantee you that would have happened because I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't care about the characters. It's just, here are burly men fighting with magic powers. That's all that would have happened if I had watched part 1 first. But because I watched part 4, Josuke as a character, to me, is more fleshed out, more diverse, more likable than like a lot of the other characters from part 3 and part 1. So I became more invested in the series. And I remember one time someone told me, like, I said, like, oh, I like, if it wasn't for part 4, I wouldn't become a JoJo fan. And they literally said to me, like, well, you were better off not becoming a fan at all if you're going to start with part 4. Man, like that is BS. That is literal BS. If that is like your fandom, then like your fandom is so stupid. Like, I don't even want to be in the JoJo fandom. Then like I can enjoy the show on my own freaking time. I mean, most fandoms honestly are pretty bad anyway. Very few fandoms I can even name that are like worth being in. I mean, no shade to like the cool JoJo people like in the Phantom Blood server who I talk to. Like, they're cool people, but like just the people that are just have these like big like I don't even know what you'd call it, like these big egos about JoJo. Like, just, oh my god, get over yourself. Like, who cares if I started with part 4? Like, I just don't get it. I just out of all the series that I've like ever been into, whether it's Naruto or Mario or like Bleach or Zelda or any media franchise, I have never seen a fan base more anal about watching stuff in order than JoJo. And like it really like turns me off from like even wanting to like be a part of that. Like, holy shit, like I can't even get over it. Like, it just, I don't know why it like makes me so mad. Like, I think just because like of like the like narcissism of these like people. And like, okay, no shade to you, Schreider Rat. I'm not trying to like throw you under the bus. I just mean in general, I just like really don't understand like why it's such a big deal. I get that it's a big story and like maybe you gotta respect the story, respect the order of the story, like, you know. But like I said though, if it wasn't for me starting with part 4, I wouldn't have given two shits about the story to begin with. It was Josuke that got me into this series. Jonathan Joestar didn't get me into the series. I have known about Jotaro since I was in freaking middle school because I had a Shonen Jump fighting game on my DS and Jotaro was in it. And guess who I played as? Not Jotaro. I played as Naruto and Ichigo and all those characters who, you know, were like popular at the time. I didn't give two shits about Jotaro. You want to know why? Because I didn't understand what was going on. And I think Josuke is in the game as like a support character, but like that's not my point. Like, it's not him as a character that I care about. It's Josuke. And that's why I got into JoJo. It was him. I have a Josuke figure back there. I don't have a Jotaro figure or Jonathan Joestar figure or anybody else. I have a Josuke figure back there. Like dang, like holy shit. You know, I'm glad that I had this rant. I'm gonna make a video called like whatever I said. I'm gonna go back through the stream, whatever I said, like about being a part skipper. And like this is the thing too, okay? Just like I see you pointing it out, a Schreider Rad, like part 7 and part 8. I've heard that part 7 and 8 are the best, okay? I don't think I'll ever like a part better than 4, just because I don't think I will. But, okay, but because, like, you know, I gotta finish watching part 1 and 3 and everything, but like, you know, like eventually if I ever get to part 7 or 8, I'm going to be much more open to the world building in those parts because I'll have like gotten to them on my own time, you know? Like if I wanted to read part 7 right now and someone said, "You can't read part 7 because you're not there yet." I'd be like, "I don't give a shit. I'm going to read it cuz I want to." And like same thing with like, "You can't watch part 4 or you can't watch part 5 cuz you haven't watched part 3." Like I don't care. I really don't care. It's like, but that's the thing. It's like when I get to part 7 and 8, I've heard they're good, and when I get to them on my own time, I will go into them with an open mind, knowing that, oh, people really like these parts. But like I'm not gonna read them just because I have to go in order. Like I just don't understand. I just don't understand that, like literally at all. Like literally at all. I just don't understand it at all. Oh, Confessions of a Part Skipper. I gotta remember that. Like it just doesn't make sense to me at all. Like I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all. Like I mentally cannot understand why people get so bent out of shape about that in particular. And like I said, I don't see it in any other fandom. I've never heard anyone once say to me, "Oh, you gotta watch OG Naruto before you watch Shippuden," or like, "Oh, you gotta watch like you gotta play Zelda 1 before you play Zelda 2." I've like never heard this anywhere else except JoJo. I just don't get it. William with the Oi Josuke. Oh, I guess that's true about part 7 though, because part 7 is like Steel Ball Run and that's its own thing. But anyway, this is the most frustrated I've seen you get. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my computer is close to dying. And I'm getting kind of hungry. So I think it's time for the Tinder stories. We hit $40. So I'm going to move on to the Tinder stories, and then I think we're going to call it a day. So tonight's Tinder stories, I only got 2 of them. I can't think of any other ones right now. These ones are one of them is pretty good. One of them is like kind of good, but okay. So, or I guess maybe the first one is more funny than it is like heartbreaking. Okay, so the first one was, I believe it was like it was last year sometime, I think, and it was my first. Taking all this stuff back here. Okay, I think it was my first date in a while. I think all I remember is like for some reason I couldn't get any dates over the summer. It was like very, very hard. Which you'd think it'd be easy to date over the summer, but it was very hard. So this was my first date in months and months and months, and I matched with someone. I think they had liked me like the day before or something, or maybe that night, and I just said, okay, I'm just gonna match with them right away. Which usually you should never do because that shows eagerness, and you don't want to show eagerness because of dumb Tinder meta. Anyway, though, I matched with them right away, and I think they actually messaged me first. It was so long ago, I can't remember exactly what they said or what I said, but it was a little like small talk about I don't know, like I don't even remember what it was about. Anyway, though, usually how Tinder conversations go is you talk for a really long time about unrelated things and then you get ghosted. But this girl was kind of different because we were talking for quite a bit, and then I think I just straight up asked because I think I wanted a date so badly. I just straight up asked and I said like, why don't we get ice cream? Just like straight up, and I'm thinking like she's gonna say no, or this is when she's gonna stop talking to me. But she actually said yes, and I said, whoa, that's surprising. And it was kind of weird though because like we had been talking for like not even that long, and like the night it wasn't like very late or anything, so you'd think, okay, well maybe I should keep talking to continue the conversation, because like I don't know, usually like there comes a certain point in the night where like there's sort of this like unspoken like agreement when you match with someone or talk to someone that's like, okay, they're probably not going to respond again because it's getting late, right? But it was only like 8 o'clock and I was talking to this person and I'm like, maybe I should keep talking to them, but I didn't really know what else to say, because after you make plans, like what are you going to say? Like, well, what kind of ice cream you want? Like that's dumb. So I just actually ended it and I said like, okay, see you tomorrow. We made our plans. So then like a little bit like maybe maybe I don't know, like a half an hour passes or something, and I get a message from her, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, she's gonna say like I changed my mind, and I'm like, oh, that's dumb. But she actually said like like okay, I had a question, and I'm thinking like, oh dude, okay, I know exactly what when I said that, I remembered my other story. This will be good. Okay, I'll save the third story for last. Um, okay, I'll get to that when I get to it. Okay. So I have a question, and I'm thinking like, okay, she's gonna say that like she like doesn't want to get ice cream anymore, but she said like, do you want to go to like a karaoke bar or something? And I said uh, like what did you have in mind? And she's like, well, there's this bar, this karaoke bar, and it's like in blank area. Like I've always wanted to go to one, and normally I probably would have said yes, but two things: one, I don't drink, and two, it was kind of far away from me, and I don't like going very far on like a first date because I just don't really like doing that. So I said like, I don't drink. Can we just get ice cream instead? Which I guess was probably like like a lame thing. But she's like, oh, um, she's like, well, you don't have to drink, but if you don't want to, I understand. And like, I know I could have just not drank, but in that kind of situation, like, I feel like I don't know, if you're going to like a bar, I guess, like, I feel like it's kind of weird to like not drink. Like, I don't know. That's a really weird environment to go there and then like purposely not drink. So anyway, that was kind of good. But I felt a little weird about it. Anyway, the next day, was the day we were gonna do stuff, and I think she texted me or I texted her a little before the date, and I said like we still on, and she's like, yep, still on. I'm like, okay, that's good. It was kind of funny though, because then she kept texting me after that. Um, I because it was still early in the day, we weren't gonna meet until the evening, but she kept like texting me and stuff. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like this isn't really gonna take like a nosedive anywhere. This is the warm up story. I mean, she was nice, but she kept like texting me. And I'm just thinking like if I say too much now, I'm not gonna have anything to say on the date. So anyway, then it was time to go and meet her, but I get a text from her again, and she's like, oh, I'm already here. Let me know when you're here. And I'm thinking like I didn't even leave yet. We weren't gonna meet for another like half an hour, and I felt bad because like she's got to wait there like a half an hour, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. So I had to drive all the way there, and I was feeling weird about it because I'm like, she's already there waiting. Anyway, so then I got there and we met, and it was nice, and then we got ice cream. But this is kind of the weird part. This is where I was kind of like whoa. We were outside, right, and it was like summer or whatever, so there were like mosquitoes, and she's like, oh, I don't like mosquitoes. And I'm like, okay, we can like go into the parlor. But then she's like, or I don't even know if I had enough time to say that before she said to me like, oh, I wanna like we can go back to like your car or something. And I said, okay, my car, because like I don't know, it was a first date. And then she's like, where can be my car? And I'm like, okay, maybe we should do your car. And then she's like, but if you want to be your car, I said, okay, we'll go to my car. So again, out of all the dates I've been on, I've never really had someone so like eager to like, or not really eager, but like I've never really seen anyone like want to like go into my car before. Like I don't know, but I mean it was nice, and then we went in there, and like we both have ice cream. So you guys are probably thinking all kinds of weird stuff now, but like I guess all I'm saying is like as we went into the car, I was already thinking like this is kind of weird that she wanted to like go into like my car, but then we were like, just talking, just doing stuff. But it was kind of weird because like I was asking her like questions about like certain things, like just conversation stuff, but she was giving me these answers that didn't really like correspond to like at all with what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, like what kind of music do you like, And she's like, I don't know, she's naming all this like weird stuff, and I'm like, okay, just not really a lot of like mutual interest, and we were overlooking like because of where I parked, we were overlooking just like a really like shitty convenience store. So it wasn't even like a good view or anything. But anyway, then because I think I put on like some music or whatever. I finally found something that we both agreed on, and then she's like, "Oh, I want to pick a song." And I don't want to say I have like OCD with my phone, but I kind of have OCD with my phone. I don't like anyone touching my phone, like at all. I don't know. I just don't like it. But then she like, I want to pick a song, so I like had to like give her my phone, and then she's like scrolling through my like, my like music, and I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't want her looking at what I look like. I just listen to Fall Out Boy and stuff, but like I don't want like I don't want to share that detail with someone who I don't think likes Fall Out Boy. Like it's like they're not. It's like they're not going to respect it. I don't want them to like see that I listen to Fall Out Boy if they're not going to respect it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, then she actually played some like alternative stuff, and it was kind of cool. Anyway, we talked for a little bit more, and then that was kind of it. And then on the way home, I was listening to the music that I think she had left on, and I started thinking like, I don't know if I have anything in common with this person. Anyway, then I think the next day I texted her. I'm just like, hey, I listened to like that band on the ride home, and it was pretty good. And then she didn't say anything, and I'm like, did she not get the text or something? And so then I went onto like Tinder because we were still matched, and I'm like, it's gonna be weird if you didn't get my text, but I texted you, or I said something like that. And then she said like, oh yeah, I got your text, but I didn't really feel a connection, so that's it. But it was kind of for the best because I don't think I felt one either, but I didn't want to like tell her that, so she kind of like broke it off with me before I had to break it off with her, which was good, but it was kind of weird because like there was so much like disconnect, but I was trying to kind of make it work, but also I don't know. So that was the first story, I guess. Not a bad story. It was the warm up, I guess. Wasn't like it wasn't like super weird or anything, but just I was going into it, I guess, with a lot. My expectations were a lot different, and she just sort of wasn't exactly what I was thinking. I guess I wasn't what she was thinking, but it was okay. Uh, it was kind of, I guess, awkward is more to put it than bad Tinder experience. So kind of awkward, I guess. Um. Anyway, that was the warm up. I was gonna tell a different story, but it wasn't as like shocking as this one I thought of when she asked me a question, right? When I said about the other girl asking me a question. So this one actually happened recently. Okay, this one you guys might like. It's a little PG-13, PG-13. Um, so I think you guys like this one though. Okay, so this was like not even that long ago. It was, and I'm only at 6% battery. I can probably finish the story though. This wasn't even that long ago, and it was like right during the pandemic, right? Like a few months ago. So I kind of knew I was on Tinder and stuff, knowing that I wasn't going to meet up with people, right? But I thought like it'll kill time anyway. So I matched with this person, um, and she's like pretty attractive, kind of like who I was like someone I was like looking for, like with how they like looked, I guess. Um, so anyway, or they actually swiped me, and then I liked them. So then I don't think there was a lot in her bio, or it said something about reading, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, how am I gonna open like what am I gonna say to this person to like break the ice? Because I try to be creative with my openers. So I thought, well, we're in quarantine. She said she likes reading books, and I said, well, with this quarantine, bet you've been reading a lot of books lately. And she's like, yep, I have been. Again, the PG-13. She's like, I've been reading. I've been. What did she say? She said like I've been reading a lot of like I don't know. She's been reading a lot of like a lot of like poetry. I was trying to like censor some of this. I'm reading a lot of poetry, and I said like, oh, what kind of poetry? And she referred me to some kind of uh like I forget what it was called. It was like lesbian poetry or something from ancient Greece or something. And I said, that is not what I was expecting you to say. I'm like, what's that about? And she was sort of being like flirty at this point. She's like, look it up, love. And I'm like, okay. So I look it up, and yeah, it was some kind of like Greek poetry stuff. And I said, well, that's interesting. Why are you reading that? What's going on with that? And she's like, I am trying to like discover, or I'm like trying to discover like my like lesbian sexuality, and I said, okay, that is interesting. So at this point, I'm thinking like, why is she even swiping me? Because I'm straight. What, you know? If she is she gay? Like, why am I? So I said, okay. And I think I asked her another question after that. Oh, I said something like, if, because I think it said she had like her religion in her bio, and it was like Catholic or something. And I said, if you're Catholic, I know the Catholic Church isn't cool with like same gender stuff. So how do you balance that? And I don't think she replied to me for a couple days. And I thought like, oh, that's gonna kill it. This killed it, right? But then she started explaining it to me, and I said, okay. She messaged me a couple days later, and she started explaining it to me. I said, okay, that makes sense. The way she explained it made sense. And I said, okay. And then I think I maybe said something like, well, you swipe me for a reason, so maybe we could like, talk about this over like a Zoom call or something. I forget what the big online chat thing was at the time. And then she didn't say anything else to me for a few days. And I said, okay, that must have killed it, because I guess the goal at this point was to have Zoom calls and stuff with each other, right? Because you couldn't meet anyone. It was like literally in like April or something, during like the height of the pandemic. So she didn't say anything to me for another couple of days, and I thought, okay, well, now this killed it again. But then she came back another couple of days later, and she said like, and she used my name. She's like, hey, like, name. I'm really sorry if it seems like I'm ghosting you. And I'm like, no, like, no worries. Everyone's doing their own thing. I'm thinking she's just like shy about like this stuff, right? I don't know why she really brought it up though to me. Anyway, so she's like, I have a question to ask you, and I said, okay, what's your question? And I'm thinking in my head, like, I swear to God, if she asked me to do a threesome, like it just the way that she's like, you know, like sort of like stalling things, like waiting things out. Maybe she's seeing if I'm like, like if I'm like how serious I like, if I'm gonna like, if I'm gonna like shy away from it, or like stay and talk to her. And I'm like, there's no way though she's gonna ask me to do that. And she's like, and she's like, so she said, I have a question. I said like, like, yeah, what's the question? And she's like, do you want to have a threesome with me? And I said, and it was funny because all while I was like talking to her before, when she mentioned like lesbians and stuff, I was thinking like of like the freaking Two and a Half Men show. I'm like, this is like a conversation that would happen in Two and a Half Men, where one of the guys like meets a girl who's into this stuff. Like I'm thinking like I'm thinking there's no way that this is gonna go all the way to like a sitcom level thing. And it went to a sitcom level thing. She asked me if I wanted to do a threesome, and I said, is this with you and two guys, or like, like me and two girls? Because like, I'm straight, so I wouldn't do a threesome with a guy anyway. But she's like, no, two girls. And I said, like, what the hell is going on here? Like what is this? Like, a girl on Tinder just asked me to do a threesome with her, and like, she was like real too. She wasn't even fake. Like, she had a verified profile in an Instagram and everything. She was real. Um, and I said, I was kind of playing along. I'm like, well, how is this going to work? We're in a quarantine. And she's like, after the quarantine, don't worry. And I said, do we know who the other person is? And she's like, no, I'm still looking. And then I said um, like, like, is this going to be like just making out, or like, what are your intentions here? And she's like, whatever you want. And I said, oh my, and I got like really like, whoa, like, what the heck, man? Now I know what like any like guy is thinking, like, oh shit, like do it, like, yeah, do it. Here's the thing though, I'm like, I know like I'm sure a lot of like I don't know, like maybe a lot of you guys like face palming out there, but like, I'm on Tinder and stuff not to do that kind of stuff. I want something more serious. I don't want to just mess around with that kind of thing, like, it's just not, I'm just not interested in it, right? So I want like a real kind of like, like a dating kind of thing. And then, I want like a long-term thing. So I kind of politely said to her like, and she seemed like a nice person with good intentions, but I said like, I wish I could help you, but I'm just looking for something more serious, so I'm not the person for this. And she's like, okay, that's fine. And that was it. I didn't talk to her again after that, but I just thought it was so funny that I've been trying to just get dates on Tinder, like just dates on Tinder, like fun ice cream dates on Tinder for a long time. And I can find someone who wants to do a threesome with me and two girls, but I can't find someone who wants to get a freaking ice cream. I could not believe that. And like I said, I'm sure like people, people are like, "Oh my god, you turned down a threesome," but like again, we're in the middle of a pandemic anyway. She lived like kind of far away from me, so it would have been a long drive. Probably wouldn't have been worth the drive. Um, so I don't know. That was probably one of my strangest experiences ever on the dating app. And I've been on that app. I've been on Tinder and stuff for like a really long time, like more like longer than I've even want to admit. I've probably been on there for like a year and a half. Like, and this isn't just like, oh, I only use it occasionally, but I've just had my account for a year and a half. No, I'm on it pretty much like many times a week, which is really sad, but it's the way it is because I just can't get, I just don't have the resources to meet people in real life. And now with the pandemic, it's even harder. So I just couldn't believe that I can't even get an ice cream date, but um, I can get someone asking me to do a threesome. So that was the story for tonight. I hope that lived up to your guys' expectations. I don't think a lot of you guys were expecting that. Um, it's a funny comment, CGG. No time for that. We need to find lost media. Yeah. I don't even really want to read the comments. Actually, I don't even want to know what you guys are saying. But um, okay. Seems like a lot of you guys are cool about it. Yeah. No. Yeah. I feel like I have a very like different idea about dating and relationships than most other people. Like I know a lot of like alpha guys like that stuff. I fucking hate like, oh, I said the F word. Oh shit, we're going hardcore now. But I really hate like fraternity people and like jocks and alpha males, all that shit. I fucking hate that stuff. Like I just, and I'm sure there are some nice people out there who are part of that stuff, but just that kind of thing, that kind of like scene, I hate that. I just want to find a nice girl, and I don't even like say I don't like attractive girls. I mean, like, I don't even go for like supermodel level girls. I like, again, this is all relative. I'm running short on time, but like, I kind of like, I don't want to say like average looking girls, but like, I like very like normal people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. I prefer blondes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need like a super like gorgeous, like, I don't look for that kind of thing. I just like normal regular people who like normal regular activities. I like going on ice cream dates. I've never even held a girl's hand, but I really, that's on my like my list of like things to do with a girl is hold a girl's hand. I like doing stuff like that. I don't want to mess around and do all this weird stuff. I just want a really, and I think part of this reason, I don't want to get into a big thing now because again, I'm running short on time and everything, but like I think part of the reason why my views are like that is because I was like constantly like I never got to experience that stuff in high school. I feel like my whole, well, also I would like to think, and I do think I'm like a good person. Like I don't take advantage of people and stuff. I'm very like, I think you guys can probably, the idea you get from these streams, I'm just very like chill and relaxed and like, like stuff like that. But I think another part of it, definitely a part of it, is in high school I never got to experience those first date kind of things. I mean, I did like do stuff with girls in high school, I guess, but it wasn't really like to dating levels and stuff. And I never really got to experience that when a lot of people already have, right? So maybe if I had already done all that stuff, I would be looking for something more at this point. But I'm not, because I haven't got to experience that stuff yet, and I want to experience it, and I want to start from the beginning and see where things go. That's just the way it is. But I am at 2%. I hope you guys enjoyed those stories. Of course, I have more stories. I guess I have more Tinder stories. Maybe we'll have to save them for next time, but there is more. So, I guess thanks for watching. Um, yeah, you guys are being like cool in the chat. I appreciate that. Um, but I gotta get going. So Is that an Avril Lavigne lyric? That's funny. But I gotta get going. So thanks for watching. Video tomorrow. We'll do another one of these streams sometime, and I'll have more. Still have a collab I'm working on and stuff too. So check the channel tomorrow for a new video. And with that said, I'm El Supersonic Q, and I don't even know how to end the stream because this got itself set up weird. So until next time,